Okay. I did not change the thing. We have to change the stream title for play.
You're a bunch of sheep. I have to smack the manners into you.
There we go. There we go. First, there we go. I literally had to fix the stream title. It didn't save my other stream title.
I have to smack the manners into you.
Barely by like a fraction of a second, but like I still think ATK averages the fastest draw in the West. The only person who's like almost as fast as ATK is Brad, who literally shows up with just the hydrate message. Like Brad is like literally gonna kill me one of these days. He's like actually waterboarding me slowly. How was Car's stream? I literally, like, I was on Discord with a bunch of people, right? We were talking about characters that might be good with Harsetti, characters that, you know, like the state of Lionheart after the changes, right? We were talking about all that stuff. And I'm in the background just doing my daily E7 stuff, and I log into my guild, and I see Car donated 2 Wyvern Claws, and I'm like, oh, Car's live. And everyone's like, how do you know? I'm like, you think this man really logs into E7 if it's not the stream? Yeah, while we wait for more people to come in, there's the Discord server. Make sure you post up your yeah. Post your stuff in the Discord, guys and girls. Like, we're gonna keep using the Discord for the purposes of doing this thing. It can be flexed if people want to be flexed. There we go. Pin that. Alright. And then do the same thing over here. Boop. Post it up on YouTube. Pin it as well. Hey, it's going Al. And now we have to try to figure out how to pin it on YouTube, because pinning things on YouTube is actually the bane of everyone's existence. Holy hell, why is everything on YouTube the worst thing ever to pin? There we go. Cool. Got it. Why not make it the flex at the end game chat? We could do that if you want. We could do that. I mean, I'm already in the channel, so. Does Huchi have anything good? Dude, 1800 Skystones for a dupe artifact seems legit. What do you think, chat? Dude, what if there's like... Oh, it's 1100 Skystones. Dude, imagine paying 1100 Skystones for that. That sounds terrible. By the way, oh my god, Car just summoned a Bloodstone. Oh, it's so cringe. Yo, you know what's actually cringe? Doing daily rolls, right? Doing daily rolls, getting the ML5 flash, right? Getting the knight to show up, right? Praying it's Sermi, or not Serbia, Dragon Bride Senya, right? And then it's Slash Rider Crow. Dude, my heart was like... like, alright. So just so we're clear, this was today. I almost had a heart attack. I just want you guys to know, if we sort by acquisition, right? And we scroll down past favorites, right? This is the second time this week my heart has stopped on this account. We gotta slow scroll. Hold on. We gotta slow scroll. Alright, go. Come on. Alright, so we pulled a Rebna earlier, right? And then if we slow we kind of keep scrolling slightly where are we at? Where's that LRK? Did he go to the thing? Yeah, I think he did. He went to the extra, but like you can see, like this is all the stuff I pulled during the event so far. Bro, look at this. I straight up almost had a heart attack from this one too. This one literally made me go like, please be the Dragon Bride Senya. And it was like, no, it's the Dragon Bride Cecilia. Yeah, dude, it hurts, man. It actually hurts. I know it can't be for the free, but this was off of just Galaxy summons, homie. Oh, dude, it feels so bad. Dude, what the hell is Carr doing? Is he doing elemental summons? Homie's just going off. Dude, it sounds like he's having like a good time over there. Hey, look. This is my last 2 Talias. He's got an ass load of stuff. That's fine. Yo, what's going on, Dion? We're just like, as usual, just kind of chilling for a little bit because I usually wait about 20 minutes or so to just get started with this whole thing. I assume this is a flex. Hello. I'll come back and review that one in a little bit. Hey, it's going. Got caffeine. How are you? What did I miss? Okay, we didn't get this. Alright. While we wait, let's like... We should run a hunt or something. The question is what? You got to fight Baka 10 for GVG? Good luck. What did I think of episode 5? I thought it was strong. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Right? Granted, we voice acted it with Red. That was an absolute load of fun, but I enjoyed it. I think it's probably... It's between episode 1 and episode 5 for the second best story, I think, in Epic 7. Episode 2 remains undefeated. I think episode 2 is the best one. Shortcomings for episode 5. First, like, 2 chapters, kind of not great to start. And Harsetti is probably the worst antagonist in Epic 7. Of all 5 bosses, she's the absolute worst one. But other than that, very strong. Yeah, I am half dead. Hey, you finally beat Zeal. Let's go. Yeah, my night's going alright. I'm just tired, that's all. So, apologies if I'm like kind of low energy. We went hard last night. Stream ended at like almost 4 a.m. last night. Right? You're only 48% dead, Mr. Wolf? Damn. By the way, if you are new, I did put up an Abyss guide because I know a number of you last week had asked for an Abyss 90 guide. So I put one of those up. Let me know if you are newer, if there are other Abyss floors you are stuck on. Because I would very much like to know what the problem points are for Abyss for people. Otherwise, I could just go and do a guide for every Abyss from 90 onwards using the new account. Yeah. I haven't watched a ton of episode 5 because I haven't played it myself, but does it feel like there are not that many new heroes episode? Yeah, that's I actually like that, ATK. I like that every single character in episode 5 was relevant, and I like that the 3 stars in particular in episode 5 were important characters. They weren't just like throwaway characters. What the hell happened with Byakko? What is Byakko doing? What the hell is Byakko complaining about? I have no idea. I am kind of, Samaj. I'm trying. I'm trying to be alive. I'm gonna run some hunts for a bit. Oh, wait, actually, we have to do this first. Alright. My bad. We gotta go and get these. I didn't get all of these from the week for Rift. Hey, what's going on? You're on Abyss 109? Help? I'll get to it in due time. Trust me. When my new account gets to 109, I'll make a guide on it. There's a number of ways this could roll. Let's give that a roll. See how that goes. This could go badly or really well. All right, max roll. Alright, 1 off max. Alright, 1 off max. Do we high rolling? High rolling? Okay, max roll. We high rolling? Oh my god, max roll. Oh my god, max roll. Let's go, baby. Oh, I love this rift feature. Yo, what's going on, Dr. Girlfriend? We take those. I don't even care, dude. We ship it, bro. It's 105. We ship that. Strazzer was the only good antagonist. I disagree. I think Mortelix was a great antagonist, and he was done dirty. I think Kane was a good antagonist also. Arcetti sucks compared to Kane. Kane should have been the antagonist of episode 5. He had the strongest storyline. He had the most backstory, the most to gain, the most to lose. He was the most developed, the most interesting. Sure, yeah. What question do you have? Oh, no problem, by the way, Dion. I'm glad you found the videos helpful. Any tips for episode 1010 because I'm episode 4 1010 because I'm struggling. Do I have an in-depth guide on gears? That's coming next week, Sora. It's coming next week. Okay. Okay, here's our first tier list of the day, and then we'll get into Fix It Friday. So let me answer the Zio question, then we'll do the tier list real quick. It's a quick one this time. And then we'll talk about Fix It Friday. Which, by the way, again, if you want help with gear, posts are pinned in both Twitch and YouTube. Just jump in the Discord, post your character under Fix It Streams, and I'll go through them one by one. Meta, I did not see it. Let me scroll back up and see if OBS will let me see it. Do imprints boost EHP? Why would they not? They do. So, the best free-to-play team for 1010 that I am aware of. Let me, actually, I'm more of a visual kind of guy, so I'll just show you the team. Not this one. Let's just put it, we can make it my, this is fine. We'll do it on this slot. So, as far as I'm aware, the best team would be Mercedes. Right? Where's the other homie? Roz. For your healer, you want Mascot Hazel. And then for your last character, Bomb Model Kana. So these 4 and Bomb Model Kana on Bloodstone. Those will give you enough sustain and damage to get there, and they're all free. All these units are free. What are the Alencia changes? She just hits way harder now. Different soul burn. Right. There's options where it factors it in, and sometimes where it doesn't factor it in. Meta. But yeah, they changed the soul burn. Increases effect chance to 100% and ignores ER on Eradicate. So this is a guaranteed, like, mess you up. And then Trample now gives 15% CR by default. And also, she just has innate 20% CR. So, like, if I actually, like, go over here to manage equipment, you'll see that I'm over by, like, a bajillion D, like, CR, right? Like, see, this piece has 0 CR on it. I have 106 because of my artifact. So I have to re-gear my Alencia. Would you recommend sticking on injury on Alencia or other sets for stats? Destruction. I think Destruction is going to end up being her best set now. Now that you could guarantee a defense break for 10 souls, oh my god, if you actually, like, depending on the unit, you could just delete somebody. Like, if you have, like, crazy high damage, like, if you have, like, Giga HP, Giga crit damage, like, Eradicate into Trample is just GG. It's just like an auto kill. You just soul burn and kill a character. I think that's just very powerful. Which I'm happy about that. When are you doing red lobbies? We're going to test them Saturday night. Saturday night on Discord. I won't stream it because I want to iron out the kinks. If we find, like, a really bad flaw, I don't want to sit there for, like, an hour and a half trying to think about how to fix it on stream. But we'll talk about it in Discord. Anyways. Where is that tier list. Let me grab that. Okay. There we go. Alright, so Sputnik submitted as our tier list for the day. The McDonald's menu tier list. Oh, it's got the thing! Let's go! It actually tells you what it is. Alright. Alright, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. That's a B. McDonald's hash browns. That's an A. I actually really like McDonald's hash browns. Dude, their oatmeal is C, dude. Like, you know what, D. I'm gonna put D because it's not inedible, but McDonald's oatmeal is like, it's awful, especially because like my dad is when I was growing up, my dad would always make the steel cut oatmeal, like the real shit, and I would just, I can't do it, man. I can't do non-real oatmeal. No, trash is something I just won't eat. You know, I will put it in trash. Like, he's right though. Like, I'll eat it, but like, it is trash. All right, you guys ready for me to ruffle your jimmies? Big Mac is in D. Of all the signature items on a fast food menu, I think the Big Mac is the worst. I hate Big Mac sauce. I think it's awful. I think it ruins a perfectly like solid burger. Quarter pounder with cheese is an A. Keep in mind, this is all relative to the McDonald's menu itself, right? Like, if we're talking quarter pounder with cheese versus like an actual good burger, it's not going to be very good. Yeah, low key, yeah. Double quarter pounder goes in A. Quarter pounder with cheese deluxe. I'll be real with you. I think it actually somehow, I know this sounds crazy, but like this is like kind of worse because like I don't particularly think that McDonald's does lettuce and tomato very well. It's very cheap, very not good, right? I actually would prefer not to get lettuce and tomato from them. If I'm already going to eat junk, don't give me more junk, right? The McDouble is a B. Quarter pounder cheese with bacon, that's an A. Cheeseburger is an S. And it's a personal reason why I put cheeseburger in S. Without getting too into it, my aunt, who passed away when I was a child, anytime, because she used to babysit me because my parents were never around when I was like super young. My aunt, whenever I'd have a bad day, she would get me the McDonald's cheeseburger. And so whenever I have like a really stressful day, this is like my comfort food of choice. You can see I'm kind of like tearing up here. This is like my comfort food of choice when tragedy strikes. So, it just makes me think of happy thoughts, happy times. So that's why it's an S. Double cheeseburger is probably a B. Egg McMuffin is C. I think Egg McMuffin is like kind of not great. It's better than a Big Mac. Hamburger is C, bro. I'm here for the fake cheese. Let's go. The J what is the J Blobbin? Chat, save me. What the hell is this? It looks like a Big Mac. It's the same picture as the Big Mac. Alright, we're going to assume it's Big Mac 2.0. 4-piece chicken nuggets. I think that's an S. I think that's an S. It's the only chicken nugget item on here. I think that's an S. Alright. Chat, for those of you who actually do eat at McDonald's, what is your favorite dipping sauce? Because for me, chicken nuggets, hot mustard. That is tops. Thank you. Kefnet knows. Kefnet and me just became best friends. People don't know about hot mustard. Hot mustard is low-key broken. It is the best condiment at McDonald's. It is not close. And the thing is, so few people know about it. It's so unpopular that, like, no stores carry it. Like, half the McDonald's I go to don't have it. So, like, I literally have to go, do you guys have hot mustard? And if they say yes, I get chicken nuggets. If they say no, I go, nah, I'm good. Like, even better than hot mustard with the nuggets is hot mustard with the french fries. The french fries with the hot mustard is actually, like, goated. No, ketchup is fine. Like, ketchup is fine. Like, McDonald's fries with ketchup, so it's the classic, right? In fact, I'm gonna do you the solid right now. Here's the fries. We're gonna put fries in S. Like, McDonald's has the best fast food fries. It's not close. The buttermilk crispy chicken gets an A, but the regular McChicken gets a B. Filet of fish gets a C for me. The McFlurry gets an A. The rest of these, like, ice creams, they get a B. I like ice cream, but they're not as good as the McFlurry. As far as shakes go... Shit, I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I've had the chocolate shake. I think chocolate goes... We go like this. I can't remember if it's McDonald's or Burger King, where one of them is, like, the chocolate shake is tops. And then the other one, the chocolate shake is, like, vastly inferior to the other two. The cone is S for you. Sausage McMuffin's an A. Hot caramel sundae is here. You know, I'm gonna put the hot fudge sundae one up because I think I just rather would have it over the hot caramel. Same thing with the Oreo. It's not that I think that this really should be B. I just want to designate that the McFlurry here is just better. Apple pie is a B. Cookies a B. Hamburger meal. And the chicken, if you got them for whatever reason, buy the Happy Meal. The chicken nugget one is the better one. Yeah, I don't know where the McGriddle is. If the McGriddle was here, it'd be an S, okay? But I don't see it. Well, yeah, if you have to buy the Happy Meal, right, you get the chicken nugget one. And, like, if you have, like, children, it's easy for you to just buy the Happy Meal. But, like, if you want, like, the Hello Kitty Yu-Gi-Oh collab toys, like, if you need that Obelisk the Tormentor, it's the 4-piece chicken McNugget meal, right? That's how it works. Apple slices. I've never had their apple slices, so I'm gonna go B, because, like, how bad can you mess up apple slices? Sausage McMuffin with egg is actually just better than this. I actually should move this one down. Sausage biscuit. I think that's an A. Oh, wait, that's just the regular sausage biscuit. No, the sausage biscuit with egg is the A. Alright, I'm gonna put the bacon, egg, and cheese bagel here and see, because, like, McDonald's bagels are like rubber. They suck. The banana smoothie's A. I've never had the mango pineapple, so I'm just gonna, like, make a row below. Right? Never had. I've actually never had their hot chocolate either. I've had their sausage burrito. It's like a C. It gets absolutely dunked on by the Taco Bell sausage burrito, which, by the way, Taco Bell breakfast is the best fast food breakfast. I'll stand by that. Like, of all the major fast food chains, Taco Bell. Taco Bell's kind of broken. Hot cakes gets the A, and my goat, the big breakfast, gets the S. Like, if you're like turbo broke and you need breakfast, dude, big breakfast has got you, bro. It's like $6.49. You eat like a king. Man, I'm at McDonald's. I hear that. But yeah, that's my McDonald's tier list. All right, where were we? How do I get back to Epic 7? Okay, that's right. I'm on Google now. I've switched over, become a full-time Google Play Store player. Yo, Sue, did you ever have the buttermilk tenders they had for a period of time? Yeah, they were really good. But they only lasted like a month. Like, of all of the quote-unquote, like, limited fast food items I can think of in, like, the last, like, 5 or 10 years, the Megan Thee Stallion, like, food collab that they had at Popeyes, that was tops. I know it's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, you know how they always do these celebrity meals? Dude, the Megan Thee Stallion meal at Popeyes just, like, it clears everybody. It was not even close. That sandwich was, like, man. That sandwich was tops. Alright. Alencia build? We don't have one just yet. I'm wondering that if people will actually come through with one tonight. Because, like, I think that she's really low-key underrated after this. But for me, my thought is... Let me show you my Alencia here, right? Like, my thought is this Alencia, maybe 20 speed faster, but, like, 300 crit damage because I'm going to be on Destro. Something like that. Your Alencia's in there? Alright. Let's get it. Let's pull up some of these, I'm looking to see, where were we since last time? We had a couple of people post since the last Fix It Friday, so I'm trying to see where we're at. Alright. Alright. We were here? Trini was the last person to post in here after the last Fix It Friday, so yeah, pen set is pretty good. I think pen set would also be ideal. Like I realized I have immunity on her. I've made this Alencia is not on like crazy high gear. But like this is like the baseline area of where you want your Alencia to be, right? Also, I probably don't know if I would play her on auto mail anymore. I think I'm absolutely slamming prayer here, right? Like we're just slamming prayer of solitude. So yeah, 100% these yard. Yeah, similar stats on speed pen would be ideal. Yeah. Like the thing is, you guys, like you get less on speed set, right? Like so destruction gives you 60% critical hit damage, right? This is where I double check to make sure, because it's like fact check real fast. It's been so long since I've had to like actually like check Destro because I play it so like infrequently anymore. Yeah. 60% crit damage, right? And then speed, right? Speed is a set, gives you 50 worth of stats, like speed, 25%, right? It's going to give you, like, on average, like 28. So it gives you, like, 56-ish gear score worth of stats versus, like, the 60 to 65-ish you get from Destruction. So, like, Destruction's just, like, 10% more efficient, which is why, like, if you don't need the speed, Destruction is the play. And then, like, Attack is the least efficient. Like, Attack, Speed, and Destruction are, at the end of the day, almost all exactly the same set. It's just one's more efficient, and then one is if all you care about is maximizing speed. Like, that's why Attack set sucks. That's why nobody builds anything on Attack. It's because of the three, like, number sets, it's the one that has literally no inherent advantage at all. No more VA voice acting today? Nope, sadly not. This is the Fix It Friday stream. Anyways, getting into our first one. This was Trini who posted this. This was from a couple days ago. This is like from like Tuesday or whatever. Which we backlogged some of these stuff. So this was a Luna that was posted. Etikas. I think for Etikas, I don't think you're quite tanky enough. Right? Like, I don't really think you're tanky enough to really pull off the Etikas play, right? So like, let me do this, yeah. So my Luna is like this. Right. I have like what, almost 4k more health here. So my thought is like, we might have to bring that health up. Yeah, we have a lot of these like pieces that are giving major speed but no health. And those boots are really, I think the boots are what's really doing you a disservice. I think you want to have boots that give a massive amount of health on Luna, or ideally a massive amount of effect resistance. Because boots are the one piece where speed is a main stat, is fixed, right? You're guaranteed to always get 45 out of it. You want to load that piece with a really high stat of something that you would normally have to prioritize in another piece. So like 30+% health or like 30+% effectiveness. Boots are basically the spot you want to do that in. Now how all bases am I on that? Yeah, here. So if you look at my boots, right? My boots give me, like, roughly, like, 40% health. So, how do I feel about Alencia now? I think she could be good. That's why I want to build her. That's why I put her on the thumbnail, because I was hoping people would show me what they've experimented with Alencia tonight. So, and people are just like texting my phone with a bunch of spam right now. But yeah, like my thought is the left side should have more HP if you want to go this route, right? Like otherwise, just go book and just try to speed up. Like ring's not terrible, right? But like it doesn't give you a ton of speed. It doesn't give you a ton of health. Same thing here, right? Like you see how your necklace is like 11 speed, 25 F? Like this is the kind of piece where like I'd want to maximize my speed and I'd want all this F on my boot potentially. Right? I'd want like a super amazing boot piece. Like I think that's like mandatory for any kind of like fast debuffer. So that's where I'm at right now. I think you have to make the decision, right? Do you want to go faster on book, or are we gonna try to find bulk somewhere on our left side pieces, right? Even if it means giving up some speed. Like if we go like 270, but we can pick up like through to about 3,000 HP or so, then maybe that's worth it. So that's my thought on Luna, on this Luna. Alright, next one we had was from Sign. This was from, looks like yesterday? It's like yesterday morning. This Janua. Let me, my big head is not in the way, is it? It is. My big head, of course, is in the way. So, let me just, like, do that so you don't have to see that. So, you can see that boot pretty clearly. Alright, so, I feel like our attack is low-ish. And so is our ER, right? Like we have effect resistance, but I don't think that we really can take advantage of the stat. Like having some is fine, but I feel like damage is a little lopsided, right? That's my first thought on this. Okay, so that helmet, anytime I see that helmet, I'm like, it's gotta go. Like this isn't a terrible helmet. But at the same time, like, this helmet always rolls low. You could probably find a better piece, right? Maybe attack percentage maniac with crit damage subs. That boot also. The boot gives a bunch of ER that we're not really taking advantage of. Yeah. His crit is so overcapped. I actually haven't counted it. I wish it showed. 27, 33, 48, 65. Oh, yeah, dude, you're right. He's like Omega overcap. Yeah, it's totally overcapped. So, yeah, we have to get rid of some of the crit chance. But, like, if you look at some of the stuff that we've got, like, the ring is pretty solid here, right? The ring is solid. Like, it gives them some ER, but I don't know. Like, the fact that we went for ER on this sword, like, this is like a sword that would have been better on, like, Gala. I think the Janua, because Gala can take the Gala can take ER, and it doesn't matter if she has it, because, like, she literally can only have 4 stats. Like, she literally only has attack, crit damage, speed, ER. So if, like, her weapon just happens to have ER on it, like, okay, sure, whatever. Like that's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't like the sword. I don't like the boots. I think that those, and then the helmet, it just in general, I always feel like this is the best helmet of this like set I think I've ever seen. And it's like barely clear. It's barely clearing playability. So my thoughts would be ditch some of your ER, get more attack. If you could get more speed, that would be pretty good. But like overall, that's where I think I'm at with that Janua, right? I mean, mine looking at it, like I have like a little bit more attack than you, not that much. But I'm also like 25 speed faster than you, like looking at it, right? I'm almost like 25 speed faster. No, it's closer to like 20. But then again, like, I also have a 15 win rider on my Chinoa versus a 30. And also, I don't particularly think my Chinoa is the best either. So I think what I'm saying here is I think we just ditch that ER, try to get that attack up there, and then you've got like a really, really busted Chinoa. Yep. Yeah, oh, chest actually is fake gear score with that. Yeah, that's another one that could go too. You could also look to change your body piece. Your body piece could also look to see some improvement. Yeah, honestly, like the left side gear, I think it's just not optimized. Right? Like it's certainly a usable Genoa. But like we could be chasing, you know, so much more damage. We could be chasing so much more speed. And instead, we've got it tied up in health and ER, a bunch of stats in health and ER that we don't need. Okie dokie, who do we got next? Let's see. That's my Genoa, but... Alright. This was posted from the other day as well. This was from Love, posted a summertime Assyria. So it looks like this. Pop my head back in there again. Alright. Alright, so this is a summertime Assyria. I have not evaluated one of these in a long time. At a glance, speed looks like it's the issue, but otherwise I think this is fine. Anyone got anything they want to weigh in with summertime Assyria? Again, this is more of a cleave character. That's certainly not my forte. But like just at a glance, like the sword has very low base speed, and then a wasted stat and crit damage. So that's one I think I'd look to change. Ring is pretty bad. Anything in the 70s is pretty bad for a DPS, equipment score-wise. That boot looks pretty damn good, though. I think maybe you need to math out. Yeah, that's a good point. ATK makes a pretty good point there. We should figure out, like, how fast does this person play Summertime with? So Summertime, it's a 15% CR push. So if we do, let's say we have, all right. Okay, so yeah, so if you have a 300 speed opener and you have a 15% CR push, so you need 255. So we need 255. Is our speed that we need? I think that's pretty much on point. I think it's 255. All right, so we go back over here. So yeah, where can we pick up speed, right? Yeah, I think it's got to be the ring and the sword. I think the ring and the sword are the biggest things that have to get changed. That boot is perfect, though. And the necklace.
I couldn't deal with the ads anymore.
Thank you, One Shot, for the song. Appreciate it. Dude, I'm sorry. Like, I understand. I know about the ad situation over on Twitch. I literally have it set to the minimum amount of ads possible. I literally have it as the minimum amount of ads possible so that my viewers don't have to watch pre-roll ads. That is literally the lowest I can have it. Yeah. But no, I do appreciate it. Yeah. So my thoughts are, looking at this, we need to try to find a way to eke out 15 more speed. And I think if we get close, like 253, I think is still fine. But I think we gotta definitely swap the sword. And even though the ring has impressive amounts of attack percentage, The rest of it's just garbage on it, right? So yeah, I think for that, I think that's what we're gonna go with. Definitely those two pieces I think are the best. Alright, next one we have a Mediator Coeric here. Ah, I see. I think this has to be faster. I like where our headspace is at with this Mediator. YouTube. Yeah, no, I'm hearing that a lot more often. That like YouTube is the way, but who knows? People have certain different preferences. Anyways, Mediator here. So, I think Destro is a cool idea. I think it's too slow. Mediator already at like the old 230 stat line, 230 speed stat line feels too slow because like the matchups that I want Mediator in, he kind of has to be like there. He has to be that guy to take the turn. But your head is in the right space. Like, Mediator needs to be on pen set as a damage dealer now. But not Destro. Like, I think, like, 1300 defense, like, 24k HP, with, like, 85% crit chance, like, 250 crit damage on, like, speed pen, with, like, 230, 240 speed. I think that's where you kind of have to be with this character right now. Because he can't be too much slower than that, or you're just going to get absolutely rolled by, like, teams that are playing like Ambitious Tywin and are tuned well. And that's one of the spots where you really, really need this character. And then also like he doesn't get to like we don't have these games anymore where Mediator gets to just sit there till like Frenzy 6, Frenzy 7, get to cycle, take an infinite amount of turns, right? That doesn't happen anymore. So what you need is you need to take advantage of his nutso S2 multipliers, and that's why people build him on damage. So that way his first turn after the cleanse like is pretty impactful because it's a strip and attack down and it does big damage. Because he's probably not going to last too much longer than that. Like we're at a point where like Mediator just feels like he gets blown up. Kind of sucks. It's kind of a bad thing to say because like I really like playing this character. I think this character is like really fun. I have some of my best memories playing Epic 7 have been with Hand Guy, like Mr. Swiss Army Knife. He feels so fun to use. You did have a game like that today, Sue? Oh, okay. Which one, Colonel? Which one? Like how did it go? Like what were you playing against? Because like for me, I don't get those games often anymore. Like I miss playing those games. I like those games. The Once in a Blue Moon Frenzy 7 game. I'd be curious to know what was in that game because that doesn't happen that often anymore. I get them in draft mode. I don't get them in normal ladder. A Carmen game. I did better with DJB and a K. I've also had extraordinary success with DJB in my E7 time. Like, I really like Desert Jewel Bazaar. Like last summer, I want to say like last June, like June of like 2023. That felt like the summer of Desert Jewel Bazaar, where he wasn't necessarily the best pick, but I loved picking him in a huge amount of scenarios. And he won me so many damn games. Yeah. Well, we're getting to the point where, after you guys have been paying attention to Legend games, Laya is falling out of favor. Laya might not even be viable at top level soon. If you looked at the world statistics, she's got a terrible win rate. She's like Laya's like the most picked character at World. She's got like a 45% win rate. Dude, if Laya is not a playable cleanser, nothing is a playable cleanser, which means debuffs are broken. It's almost like maybe, just maybe, we probably shouldn't have made a tanky SOB that ignores effect resistance with a spammable move that can death break and stun. It's almost like nothing in the game is good versus that. Damn. That's a novel concept. Alright, but yeah, wrapping up the hand guy, like I said, we want to go speed set for sure. We gotta be faster. Alright. So now ones that were submitted for tonight, we have a Bloodblade Corinne. Alright. This looks good at a glance, but the thing is, we're really missing ER here, right? Like, you have Hostess gives you 30, so you're really 141, but we really want to be 150 before Hostess, I think. Right? So let's see, what can we do here? So, we have a swap on the helmet. The helmet, the flat attack can just get swapped up for crit damage. That's an easy thing. How was my pizza? It was okay. It was alright. Wasn't anything special. I had a coupon for a free pizza, so... Hey, whatever. We have a swap on body also, but I don't think that salvages that. We could swap health for ER on sword. I think it's... is it our shoes? Ooh, actually, so we have a swap defense for ER. So we have 216 swaps on ER. So that's really 127. Can't swap on the ring. I think it's got to be boot needs more ER, and we have to make swaps. Huh. Yeah, I think it's the boots got to be more leaning towards that, right? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I have like a great BBK. I have not touched my BBK in a year, right? Yeah, my BBK is like so. I don't even have the EE unlocked. That's how bad we're doing right now. But like, you really want like, it's not this ring. Who has who has the goated ring? Let me find this ring. Somebody has this ring. You want like this ring. Like, this is the ring you really want on the character. With the ability to swap that defense into something different. But like, that would be ideal, and then you just need to have like a bunch of ER in your pieces. Like, I play 6 resist because I couldn't do it on Destro. This is like literally the budget way to play the character. Like, if you don't have good gear, you do that. I think it's just a placeholder. I'm definitely gonna rebuild BBK very, very soon though. Hey, Reb Kali, thank you for the follow. I recognize your name. I think I've seen you around in someone else's stream. Oh, good point. I didn't even catch that. I didn't even catch that. It's 2 speed set pieces. Yeah, we need to be on resist set. That's the big issue. That's the big issue. One shot said, here is an updated, pretty solid BBK. Ah, yeah, actually, yeah. This is exactly what I would want to play on my BBK. I would want to throw this sword out because I don't even have to look at the stats to know it's probably bad, but... yeah, no, this is pretty much what I'm looking at. Oh, okay. I didn't see Ivan already said goodnight. Hopefully, if I did, you're still here. Have a good night. But yeah, this one here definitely needs resist set. So I think that's what we got to do. We have to prioritize. How can we get resist set on this character? Like, you're almost there. But I think because of the character being a 4-star character with lower bases, you have to take advantage of the ER set, the resist set. Okay, yeah. I didn't even have to like one shot sent the same BBK again, but this time you can actually see the pieces. I knew it. I knew it. I knew as soon as I saw that sword icon, I was like, oh, that's the trash piece on the gear. Nothing from that set rolls good, ever. Ever. Do not waste your conquest points, new players. That set is trash. Trash, you hear me? If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about. If you come over to journal, right? Not journal, I'm sorry. It's shop. Right? And then you go to...
What do you think?
Conquest points. It's in here, right? Like, they have these, like, discounted sets of older gear. There's, like, a Destro set. It's not this blue one. There's a green one. That's, like, 80 or 90% off. And it's trash. Which message, Jess? I don't know if I saw it. They took it out? Oh, cool. They removed it. Thank God. They know. They know it's a trap. All the new players coming in would have gotten baited by that set. Man, I really need to do a box re-gear this weekend. Sup, fellow Laya enjoyer, says Greater. I don't know. Does anyone actually enjoy Laya? I play Laya because I need to play Laya, and she still feels bad. Alright. So that's where we're at with that one. GH posted an Abyssal and says, feels like the stats aren't properly allocated and my damage is low. So here is the Abyssal. Let me hide my head. Oop. All right. Man, the 15 Elbrus value hurts so much, dude. It hurts so much, right? Like, I'm on Abyssal right now on Elbrus at 21 because Ilanav is holding my 30 and my other 30 is on Landy. And, like, I feel it so much, right? I also think I probably need to go more damage myself. But, like, I think that this is, like, this is fine. Like, I don't, like, looking at it, this doesn't seem like there's anything terribly wrong with it. What are you playing her into, though? Like, that's what I'm just trying to figure out. What are we playing her into? Just an anchor in general? Like, when I say what are we playing her into, I mean, like, you're not playing her into, like, full tank comps, because, like, I don't think she'll put up that big of damage. And, like, if, like, your opponent's playing, like, Carmen plus a healer, it's going to be hard for you to chunk through until you get to trauma. Yeah, I think if you're worried about your damage, I think you have to force more somehow. Yeah, I think it's just you need to have more crit damage. By the way, that neck is gorgeous for this character. Like, holy hell. Yeah, you can cut some. You can cut some def for crit damage if you think that's what you need to do. I mean, to me, this looks like a perfectly serviceable Abyssal. I think you just have to tweak the numbers to find, like, where you want with the damage. This is where sitting down with your damage calculator does, like, a lot for you. Like, you sit down and just figure out, like, oh, if my opponent's got a 1500 defense character, these are my stats, how much damage do I do? How much damage do you want to do? And then start to figure out what kind of defense plus crit damage settings give you what you're looking for. Yeah, the reality says Wind Demon is get more gear with higher equipment scores. Yeah, that is true, but I don't like just giving that answer, Wind Demon, because, like, it's very disheartening to some people to be like, oh, just get more speed. You know, like, there's nothing glaringly wrong with his build. It's just, you're right, it just needs higher equipment score. Yeah, there's definitely some things you could mod up, right? Like, I'm obviously, like, looking at the boots, the 55 flat attack can get changed into something. But yeah, no, wish there was more to say than that. It's just get more imprints, get more Elbrus, get higher equipment score stuff, or make some sacrifice somewhere. The flat attack on the boots is not moddable. Oof. Yeah, and I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I if you look, it's almost the same exact thing as mine. Right? Like, it's not like, it's barely different than mine. Like, in terms of damage. Like, I don't have, like, the world's best Abyssal. Like, my Abyssal's just playable. It's a playable Abyssal. I feel like we're at a point, like, because Broken Cucumber is saying that they think that the Abyssal here that GH has is a little squishy and should consider it Holy Sack. Look, I'm a pretty big believer on Holy Sack on this character. I think with the tempo of the format, how it is now, I think Holy Sack, unless you were just like an Omega, like, thick player, like Omega tank down player, right? That can somehow roll with the punches. I think most people are going to struggle on Holy Sack right now. I think you really need Elbrus. The format is like, the first couple of turns in the format, even in like turn 2 versus turn 2, like bruiser versus bruiser matches, the first couple of turns decide so damn much right now. This is why, like I was saying, like, I miss those games where hand guy could go to Frenzy 6 all the time. Like Frenzy 5, Frenzy 6. Like, games don't do that anymore at high level. Is there something wrong? There is. Oh, okay. I see. It's because everybody joined the server to be able to do Fix It Friday. I see. Never seen that before in my life. That's funny. Who knew? Who knew that that's a thing? Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for bringing it up to my attention, Red. But yeah, it's basically just because we had about a dozen people join in the last like half hour or so because of Fix It Friday. They think that there's some unusual activity because it's like way above the rate. Like, we usually get like 1 an hour. So it's like, oh shit, we got a dozen in 1 hour. Before we move on to the next character, I'm getting Robbie with Selector. Is she good? Are you asking what Robbie's good with and good into? Robbie's just a standard bruiser that is guaranteed to crit on her moves. So you pick her in scenarios where you have a reasonably tanky team and you need an answer to characters like Landy, or you might need some injury, right? Because she's got that built into her S3. Like, that's it. She's just a reliable bruiser. You pick her with, you know, your standard tanks, supports, whatever have you with your slower bruiser style team comps. Like, a lot of the scenarios that you can pick, I mean, I'm not super sure on how Alencia is going to pan out, but like, if you need like an injury bruiser or like a bruiser that is good versus crit resistance, then she's pretty much a good choice. Okay, Meta. Let me get back onto it with the next character then after this one. I'm just gonna real fast. Let me go grab your Alencia now since you have to leave. And then after that, we'll jump on over to I'm trying, and then one shot. So we can quickly take a look at this Alencia since you gotta go. Red, when you unquitting. Dude, everyone is just like ragging on the guy. Okay, so this is an injury one. Yeah, this is like a better version of the one I showed off earlier. The thing is, I think, again, I haven't tested this character, right? Character just got buffed. My thoughts are this character is Destro now. Red's too good to have his freedom be able to be enjoyed. Like, he's too good at the game. We'll get him back, right? Literally, right now, where we're at is Red is enjoying retirement, and everyone is telling him to, you know, come back. It's literally the mission failed. We'll get him next time, boys. Like, eventually he'll cave. Hey, what's going on, Rafa? Returning to the game? hopefully you're enjoying it. The current event's really good for new and returning players. It's very generous. Speed Torrent Alencia goes burr. Really? Speed Torrent? Do you really think Genesis is that... Like, do you think the extra damage on Genesis is that strong? Because Torrent, remember, Torrent lowers your max HP. It cuts into your damage. So, like, the only reason for Torrent is if you want the S3, the Yeet Cannon, to do some actual damage. Yo, So Solid Can, thank you for the follow. Hello. Welcome on in. Just wait, brother. You'll see when you get to mine. Okay, alright. I'll look at it. But for me, right now, in my head, Destro is the way to go with this character. But I still think injury could be pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty solid meta. Like, obviously, getting some more gear score, like higher gear score pieces, obviously going to do good for you, right? Actually, are you overcapped? I think you're overcapped on crit chance with her new passive, or does it factor it in already? If it already factors it in, disregard it. Alright. Looks good, looks good. Alright. Next up, we got a Sylvan Sage Vivian from I'm Trying Dude. Do we have a timeline for PC client? No, not yet. I would assume it's this year. Usually, whenever they put something in one of those trailers of, like, upcoming stuff, it comes within 3 months. It's not a guarantee that it comes out in 3 months. I'm just hoping it does. You're overcapped by 3%? Damn, giving up match percentage points. Feels bad. You tested Speed Alencia today in Arena. She doesn't feel good to play. To be... what did you say? Regular Arena? Okay, yeah, it's regular Arena. To be fair, I don't think Alencia is very good in Arena. Regular Arena is very chaotic, and it's about to become even more chaotic in, like, 2 weeks. Yes, you can share on Discord. It's in the pinned message. Yeah, so I'm Trying Dude here has a Sylveon. I actually like this. I agree with KHM's sentiment of how to play SSV right now. I think that there are two Sylveon builds. There is the Destruction Torrent one, where you don't really focus on the bulk. You go absolutely massive damage. You chunk people. If she gets like 2 turns, you basically win the game. And then the other one is less damage, but very tanky on Chatty, which would be this one. Damage feels a little low, and so does speed, though, if I'm being honest with you. Right? It seems a little like the defense and health seems right, but I think the speed seems off to me. Like, I feel like we could get this level of bulk closer to 200 speed, even with some more damage. So that's without being able to see the individual pieces, it's very hard for me to kind of discern that. But like, if you look, like, here's my Sylveon, right? And she's 209, right? I don't have the bulk, but like, I have way more damage. So like, if I gave up like 600 attack, right, and like 20 crit damage, I think I could easily pick up the missing HP. Right? Like, I'm pretty confident if like I went like an HP percentage ring, right? Like, just throw this on here, like, see? Like, we're almost like there. Obviously not this one in particular, but point is, like, I think we could get there. I think it's possible to go about 200 speed while keeping that level of bulk while bringing up, you know, keeping everything the same. Again, hard for me to tell much more than that without seeing the rest. Obviously, imprints is going to go a long way for you because that's more just like free stats. Yo, anyone plays big, able to tell me if this looks good? Talking about one shot with a maid. I'll take a look at it a little bit later. I don't want to fall too far behind on the builds for us right now. But yeah, dude, that's my thoughts. Try to pick up the speed if we can. Pick up the crit damage if we can. Okay. One shot, actually. Speaking of you, you actually... Yeah, here we go. We got a Dragon Bride Senya here from One Shot. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I actually, for how fast this is, I think this is pretty good. I think this is good bulk for how fast this is. Sword definitely looks like it could be a bit better. Especially given this character. This is really like 27% health, 13 speed. Like, that's not bad. You could probably do a bit better. Wow, those boots are great. Yeah. No, I think just a better sword, better helmet maybe long term, like faster helmet. Because you're only really getting speed out of this helmet, right? Either faster helmet or, you know, tankier helmet. There's more stats in these spots is good. You're getting max 3F and max imprint tomorrow. Because so I've never actually seen the icon for the crafting event boots. Dude, this is a beautiful Senya. Like, you have a couple wasted stats here or there, right? Like the effectiveness on the necklace. But like, who cares, right? It's a really good Senya. I think this is well done. I don't really have anything to critique on that. Next up, Mr. Act 9M. Hide my head again so we can take a look at his boots. Alright. Damn! Yo, this ROL is fire! Yo, you might have a better ROL than me! Dude, I thought my ROL was, like, real good. Dude, hold on. Does he have a better ROL than me? I think he does. I've had the same ROL build for, like, a hot minute. That's close. That's close. You got more HP than me. I got more defense, though. Ooh, that's a toughie. Alright. Oh, it's on 3 set. That's actually kind of genius. I think, yeah, the F is really good. Yeah, too. This dude is 70 F. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I actually think having this character on the 3 setup is actually really smart because it actually gives more stats than being on the speed set. Right? Fairly confident it does. Let me double check that. That's actually really big brain. I'm sorry, dude. That's how it is, though. All right. 95? Does she get speed here? She does not. She get 24 speed, which is 48 GS versus the 20% from the rest. I actually think this is worth more. This is actually worth more than playing speed set. This is one of the few times where it actually, like, speed is actually, like, comparatively not worth. This is actually really smart. I think this is a great ROL. Just have 21 speed? Yeah, but the thing is, like, you're saying just have 21 speed, but, like, he literally has base on the sword and none on the helmet and 1 roll here and basically 1 roll on the ring because it starts at 5, right? And it can't be reforged. So realistically, he's got 1 base roll, 2 regular rolls, and then, like, it's like basically like total of like 5 or 6 rolls amongst the entire gear distribution. Like, you could literally have 2 rolls on the helmet and, like, 1 more roll on the sword, and then you would only need 2 rolls on the necklace to balance it out. Yeah, Jas. Yeah, she only needs, like, 170 speed minimum, yeah. That's what I said. This Arwell's great. I'm actually going to probably copy this. This Arwell's, like, really damn good. Alright. Next up, we got an Arya from Dark Wolf. Yeah, you guys have to think about it though. It's not just the 21 speed necklace. Like, because the left side is all base rolls, then it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, ATK always has good looking characters though. Okay. So Dark Wolf, if I may, the character's kit. So Arya, if you notice on Shadow Call, damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's defense, right? And then under Guide of Darkness, Dark Shadow Phantom, damage dealt increases proportional to caster's defense. So the long and short of it is the damage stat is defense, not attack. The character doesn't actually get damage off attack. Like, I mean, she does, right? Right, but it's not as much as you would think it is. Like, give me a second. Yeah, so there you go. Sorry for the flashbang, by the way. I don't have control over that. But as you can see here, 85% self-defense versus 0.7 attack. Alright, let me put it another way. Let me display it to you another way. That's the easiest way for me to display it. Let me show you another way that won't make you, like, cry. Dude, I'm sorry. I don't have innate dark mode on my browser. There you go. Once again, God bless Cecilia bot. So yeah, 0.7 attack versus, and then 85% self-defense, right? So this is, you get 30% less on an attack stat with Arya compared to defense. Like, this is 1.4 times her defense. So, knowing that, you should be building defense on the character, not attack, right? So, looking at your actual, like, sword, it has attack percentage when we want to be getting, like, ER or more crit damage than attack. Helmet looks pretty good, actually. Body is alright. Necklace is a 78, so we don't want to use that. And then, obviously, we want a defense percentage or effect resistance, main stat, ring. And then we don't have boots that are reforged. And as far as those go on reforge, probably not. Just like eyeballing that doesn't look like that reforges very well. It's like, what, 21, 6, 5, 14? Might be 21, 6, 5, 15. So yeah. Just overall, I think this one goes back to the drawing board. I think you want to try to focus more on defense. This character, I say it all the time. You forgot how to do it. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, this character is, in my opinion, for most people who play Epic 7, this is the hardest character to build. Like, aside from the, I don't have speed, right? Like, of the slow characters, this is the hardest character to build in the game. Yeah, she's like, because you want like 2,000 defense and like 14 or 15 KHP, and you want like 170 speed, and you want 100 crit chance, and you want like 250 crit damage, and then you somehow still need like 150 ER on top of that. Like, the character is just like actually nuts. Very difficult. Yeah, everyone Rafa can post their characters. There's a Discord channel for you to post everything. Alright. Let's move on to Zalafania with Abigail here. And I'm really gonna... You know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna, like... shrink the camera slightly so that way I don't keep blocking everyone's stats. Yeah, crit chance deck is very good on Arya. I would agree with that. It makes things a lot easier. Alright, so we got an Abigail. Defense looks great. Health is a little low, but it's still alright. Everything else looks kind of solid, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything that's like wasted. So we have some ER here that you could change if you wanted to. It doesn't really do anything for us. Yeah, I don't really see a whole hell of a lot that you can change here. It's just going to be one of those get higher stats kind of ordeals. I think this looks fine. Yeah, like the only real swap you have is the 7 ER for something else, but the something else is like literally only speed. I don't think there's anything else you can get. How's Victoria's Flag been working for you if you're here? Yeah, Imprints goes a long way on Abigail. Any character with crit hit chance, Imprints, like it feels like having them triple S versus not is like just such a huge difference. I would think Victoria's Flag would actually not even be that bad on her, considering most people play her on Proof. This is another character that's had changes, so like I think this character might actually be better than people give her credit now. She does pretty good damage with Victoria's Flag. Okay. I can see it. No, this looks, like I said, this looks pretty good. Yeah, no, I think I'm okay with this. What interface? It's inside the game cranked. It was added recently. So like if I want to share like my crappy Edward Elric, I click this magnifying glass underneath my boots, and then I click the share button, and then takes a picture, and then I can post it with any of the links in the bottom right hand corner. Alright, so if you want to post it to like the artist formerly known as Twitter, you can post it there. There you go. That's how it works. Yep. New feature. Only known if you actually read the patch notes. All right. Man, we're on a roll. People really were out here with Flex It Friday. All right, we have another Abyssal from Yabai. Your HP is kind of low. We don't have a Reforge here. Why is our HP so low? Is it a bunch of flat attack? Yeah, we have everything but health. And yet we have 225s here. No health on chest and neck. Yeah, I think the necklace goes because it's got 14F. We don't really need that. There's no defense on the helmet either. No health on the boots either. Yeah, the more you look at it, the more it makes sense. 90 flat attack, so that's what, 2 rolls? 2 rolls into that? No, it's 1. 2 into health, 1 here, 1 here. One low roll into crit hit damage. Okay, so we low rolled. Okay. Yeah, we low rolled on the ring. The ring is low rolled. So yeah, we need to change the ring and the necklace for sure. And ideally we would like to get some kind of health on that body if we can get it. Yeah, I think it's chest, necklace, ring. Crippled Noodle, thank you for the follow. Yeah, no, I think it's body. Yeah, it's got to be body, ring, necklace. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense. Like, necklace is just, it's a, wasted stat. Ring and, like, body doesn't seem super great, and then the ring is low rolled. That also could work, yeah. You could keep the body if you could get the perfect necklace and ring. But we need more HP. Like, I play perhaps, I don't want to say too high. Right, because I've absolutely seen tankier abyssals than me. But, like, you want, like, at least, like, 17, right? So you don't just get, like, mowed down before she does anything. Yeah. Alright. Next up we have Jupiter posted a Requiem Rowana. I am not the best at this character. I literally just got this character, so I also need a teacher for this one. At a glance, I think this is way too fast. Is she on speed boots? This looks like she's on speed boots. Not having the actual, like, build that shows the pieces of gear really does actually suck. Like, this is how we used to do it back in my day. But now looking at it like this, it's like, oh, well, shit. Yeah, Kong brings up a good point about our last one that we're talking about, this Abyssal here. You can change to a crit chance necklace, but then you have to basically completely scrap the other 5 pieces and rebuild the character from scratch. That is also a possibility. What is this piece that Crank keeps posting that we haven't seen? Yo, that Fighter Maya body. Let's go. That's a Fighter Maya body. Make Fighter Maya great again. Yo, streamer, can you review my account? No, the rules say I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Not unless you jump on a Discord call and screen share it, and we have witnesses and notifications and everything saying that you're doing it via screen share. Then I have to assume then, if you're saying she's on attack boots, then I have to assume that your necklace, ring, and sword, because they're free pieces, probably rolled into speed. Because she should not be this fast. Yeah. If you could post it, like repost it in the channel, I'll just jump to the bottom of the channel with the actual pieces. So that would make my life so much easier to figure out where the hell we went wrong. Bro, what do you mean this is my moment? Have you seen my new account? It's set up for cleave. It just needs to get speed. But to be fair, I think it is speed seeded because so far, that account is like borderline like brand new, and it's already got multiple 17 speed pieces on it. Which 17 is not fast, but like 17 for like a 10-day-old account, 11-day-old account, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty fast. Yeah, I'm just missing Ludwig. If I get Ludwig and Bloodblade, I'm pretty much set. I'm ready to cleave. All right, let me check. Did we post it in the channel? No, I don't see it. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go on to the next one. We'll check back in a second for this Rwana. Let me do I'm actually gonna do myself a favor. Purge a bunch of tabs right now. So that way I'm not just like wasting memory. It is in the pin post. It's in my Discord. All you have to do is just share in the Fix It channel, and I'll go down the line until I can't go anymore. I usually go till about 11 p.m. EST. 11:30 or so. Depth Charge posted a Twisted Idol on Charon and said, "Does this build work?" Alright. It looks like this. This is another character that I'm not super well versed in building. At a glance, I feel like our ER is too low. Any Charon enjoyers in chat that want to chime in here on this one? It's too stat. Yeah, the character's too stat hungry. Yeah. I think you have everything but the ER. I think we need more ER. I also think we probably could use more HP, man. Yeah, somebody is saying forego crit damage, get bulk. Play 150 ER, Hostess, right? If you have Hostess. I see the problem. They put gear on MLK on. Yeah. Alright, so chat's looking like they agree with Depth Charge. We just need more stats, right? Let's run a little experiment here, because Tristan was you know, he and I were talking about this the other day on stream. In case people don't know, you can come into the game, right? And I could go to, where is he? He's light, isn't he? Right? So I could come here to Twisted Eidolon Charon, because I haven't built him yet, right? But like I say, I want to know how to build him. Come up here, you hit this little thumbs up button, right, on this first tab. Thumbs up. And then you can see here under reviews, they have this sword and shield. And people post their builds. Not sure how I feel about that one. Not sure about that one, Chief. Nope. What is this one? Yeah, see this one still missing a little bit of ER. Yeah, you get ideas on stuff. Like this one doesn't seem that bad. Right? This one doesn't seem terrible. But this like lets us like peruse through some of stuff. You think people have some really bad builds here? It gives us some ideas. I mean, me personally, I would just ask people that I trust. That's why when I don't know it, I ask somebody else, like you all in chat. I don't play K-Run, so for me, I just know from looking at it that he doesn't seem tanky enough. And he definitely doesn't have enough ER, right? Like characters that need ER. Yeah. Like honestly, I'll be real with you. Why does this character not just have like 50% innate crit like counter chance? And like just be done with it? Like can this character just have innate counter and we just be done with it? So that way he doesn't have to get like the only reason he needs ER is because of his stupid counter buff. If he didn't have to protect the damn thing, he could actually probably be built pretty good. You think he should get 50 base ER? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is the note you wrote to fix K-Ron. Yeah, it's just, he either needs to be less stat hungry, or he just needs to have innate counter. I think that's the only way, yeah. That's exactly it, Iron Twig. But the thing is, I don't think you can make him 100. Actually, I think you can actually make him. Does 100 counter make him broken? If he has an 800 counter, does that make him inherently broken? Like, Because Ken basically has 100% counter, right? Maybe you make it if he gets hit with a crit, he counters. Like Ken. Right? I think if you did that, I think we'd be okay. Like a conditional counter somehow. I think then I'd be okay with it being 100%. What about inherent ER? Well, because the thing is, so Nina, the thing is, if he had inherent crit, he wouldn't necessarily have to build ER that much, right? Yeah, Gala's already, yeah, everybody said that. Hostess of the Banquet is the best artifact for this character. And if you don't have it, Bastion of Hope is pretty much your best next option for free options. Alright. Next up is Iron posted, Iron Twig posted, not sure if I should mod the effectiveness and effect resistance from the neck and boots, or just replace those pieces altogether. So this is going to be for an Eternal Wonder or Ludwig, right? Should I mod the F and ER from the neck and boots, or do I replace those pieces is the question. So let's take a look. Wait, why is this so slow? Is this like newer gear? Yeah, he's like really slow. Wait. I don't know. Is this a... Yeah, that's why I need to figure out the goal in this one, Iron. I know you're in the chat. Alright, I'll get to it in a second, Iron. Yeah, that's a lot. Like, Iron, that is a lot. You're using 2 soul burns to push him. I'm looking at what other people are saying, because this is one, like, there are a few characters in this game I don't play. Rowana's one of them, Charon's one of them, Ludwig's one of them, right? Like, these are, like, the ones that I don't normally ever touch. Nah, people are saying this is, he's saying it's for Arena. Yeah, I think I agree with that sentiment, is, like, if you're gonna play him, like, as part of, like, a really slow comp, in Arena, I think he'd be better off being on, like, Rage or something, right? Just go all in on the damage. Like, the damage on this thing is, like, probably, like, out of this world. Like, this character probably just, like, dunks people, because, in case you guys don't know, this is the highest attack character in the game. So, like, him having 5k attack, 350, like, he's gonna hurt. Frida makes this way better on the slow build. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think if you are trying to play some kind of wombo for regular Arena, this is probably fine. I think I would never set foot in World Arena with this. What proper damage for Vildred, by the way? Green Vildred? Chavez? I think 350 attack, 200 speed is probably fine if you have, like, 280 crit damage, 300 crit damage if you're a newer player. I still need to max it. Okay. Yeah, then if you're trying to play this character with Luna, Frida, and, like, Blue Edda, then yeah, I don't see a problem with this build. Now, as for what to swap, right? I'll be real with you, that necklace is, like, to your initial question, right? That necklace is not that great. It's really not. Like, so, you're on the only character in the game with over 1400 attack. Flat attack is actually the lowest value flat stat for this character. Right? Like, just so we're clear, that 13% attack is, like, nearly 200 flat attack. It's probably like 170, right? So that 152 flat is like realistically like 11% attack. So this is a necklace with 24% attack, 12 crit chance, and any useless stat. That doesn't seem very compelling, right? That doesn't seem like a good thing to use, right? And then as for the boots, I get it. It's 5k attack. But, I don't know, man. That's a hard one to beat. Like, those boots are harder to replace, I think. Because the thing is, like, you can't get any more... Like, you can't get any more attack, right? And you're already capped on crit damage. So getting more crit damage does nothing for you. So the only thing you can get on the boots is speed. So I think you actually have to keep those boots unless you find ones with more flat attack. Right? Or like you somehow magically go for like attack percentage neck. And then go for like a different set of boots with a ton of crit damage to offset. That is also possible. Honestly, that is probably the way you're going to have to go. How much more damage do you need than this? All the damage. You can never have enough damage. Like, he's just trying to cleave with it. Like, the speed doesn't really even matter on the character with how he's playing this character. It doesn't matter. So yeah, necklace for sure. Boots not good. But it's going to require some effort, right, to figure it out. Right? Like, you could, in theory, change one of your free pieces, your helmet or your body, to have, like the helmet, for example. You could have no crit damage on it and go, like, giga attack percentage on it, and that frees up boots having high crit damage on it. That's another way you could do it. There's a lot of ways you could take this. But yeah, necklace for sure goes. Oh, man, people really are out here throwing curveballs tonight. Nothing easy. This is, Luxeus posted a designer Lilibet. This looks pretty good at a glance. The problem is I don't really like designer Lilibet too much unless it's into, like, a really heavy debuff comp. And they're not playing Cfana. So I have to ask, this Lux posted this. Where do you use this designer? Designer Lilibet is saving us from Harsetti? How? Please explain how. You know that she can't... How is she guaranteed second turn? Did you read the Law of Skoggheim? Yeah. You can't. We have to test it, but as of right now, as far as we know, end of turn effects do not proc. According to Tristan, Dilibet can push. Where's designer? When an enemy's turn ends, gains 10 fighting spirit. Huh. Huh. That's interesting. At the end of an enemy's turn. Okay. Are we... That's a test. That's a test situation, chat. I don't... I'm not gonna put blind faith in that because they've mistranslated stuff so often in this game. Hey, what's going on, you? Tempest Surin says it too. Yeah, no, what Red said, that's the other thing that's worrisome. The problem with, you know what the problem with this character is? The problem with this character... The problem with this character is that this move triggers passives and triggers counters. Like, model disqualification, like, it being an AoE attack is actually, like, the worst thing ever. Yeah. I always feel like they're going to drop a Liar Bear right along Harsetti. I have no idea. They really should have put one out with the current side story. It's kind of weird that they didn't. Alright. Anyways, so back to where we were at the original question of where are we playing this? Because, like, this doesn't look bad at all. This designer a little bit. The thing is, like, what are you playing it against? Because I think it's too slow versus Cleave. Because they play all the damn CR cuts and things like that now. DDR? Are you sure? That would only work if they played only control characters and no actual carries. Who needs speed? Arsetti's coming. Man, Red really out here just trolling, dude. Red's out here just like, I don't play this game no more. Guys, don't ask me for shit, bro. I don't play this game anymore. But also, here is my comment about this game that I don't play anymore. I mean, to be fair, like, being on the outside looking in, it must feel great to just be, like, yelling at people. So, my thoughts on the Dillabat here, Lux, is that it is absolutely fine. It's just that I don't know what we're playing it into with this build. Because, like, this was the traditional old designer Dillabat build that worked. But, like, I think that the spots you actually pick her in now, she's probably a lot faster. And more of, like, a tech option where her only, like, real purpose is, like, I cut and I stabilize everybody. Dude, I get to hate watch while not experiencing I'm hating about, you know? Like AT said, it's true. It's truly a dream. Alright, man. Live your best life. Live your truth. Alright. We have Kefnet next here. With, right? With this Remnant Violet. Dude, Stellar Still is a good song. Alright, so we have a Rylet. Alright, so where do we begin, Kefnet? I am kind of baffled by this one. Please, like, walk me through the logic on this one. You have trash lifesteal pieces, but, like, why R and L? Like, are we always drafting him with like, book? To maximize our chances at R and L? And, like, if you're not going to play lifesteal, dude, just all in on speed and damage. Like, don't even bother to worry about the bulk. Like, this feels like a half measure. You went, like, a half step into it. Like, if you're just going to play speed Rylet, just send it. All damage, all speed. Don't even bother with HP and defense. Just play it like Gala. Like, oh, dude, here's my, like, 270 Rylet. I took turn 1. Kill your character. Yeah. Wind Rider. Yeah, Wind Rider would definitely work. Wind Rider would be an okay option. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dragon. Like, we built the character like lifesteal, but we're on speed. Give me a second. I'm just gonna... Headset's dying. And I need to invest in, like, a hub. Not enough USB ports on computer. Pen set... pen set, yeah, is important also, but, like, because Ilanav is, like, literally everywhere, like, screw it. Like, yeah, you should play it, but it's not as important. But yeah, like, at least, like, 4K, 300 damage, like, 265, 270 speed. And then Wind Rider, like Anya was saying. Like, the speed version of Rylet is just totally different than not that. Yeah, like, you're basically, like, the lifesteal build, but somehow 60 speed faster. Bro, alright. I know what you're saying, it's hard to hit. But back in my day, this is not a good excuse, but back in my day, bro, AB, this streamer called AB, you may have heard of him, Mr. Proxy, once said that if Rylet's not 450 gear score, why are you picking him? It's not a great excuse, but Rylet's absolutely one of them gear score kingdom units. This is actually one of them gear score kingdom units. Like, you got to be dedicated to the cause, man. You got to have the primo gear. No, it does not. Pento Troll? No, it does not. Look, even if you don't go get 4K 300, like 3800, like 280. The reason most people play him on lifesteal is because most people can't play him on speed. I think speed is the harder build to play. Alright. Sue, when are we getting ML Bad Cat Armin? You mean Good Cat Armin? Good Cat Armin already exists. Good Cat Armin is right here. This is Good Cat Armin. Because she randomly saves your ass with stuns. And she makes it so Sid and Jacko don't cleave you. Hence, Good Cat Armin. No! No! Crimson Armin is not Good Cat Armin. Crimson Armin is Baddest Cat Armin. She's Baddest Cat Armin because she respects no one's time. She is the no fun zone. This is this is the no fun zone. She's the sauna, bro. There's no fun to be had here, only sweating. I'm using baddest in the sense that, like, would you prefer I use worst cat Armin instead of bad? We have worst cat Armin. Is that a better use of words? Worst cat Armin. Yeah. You only play this character when you're trying to sweat, bro. When you want the W. When getting the W means something to you. Or it's your birthday, your choice. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Sputnik submitted in Alencia. Let's go. Alright. Ooh. This is a really good Alencia. I actually kind of like those. 113 flat defense, not so great, but we take it because the whole thing is like 40% defense. Damn, bro. That bulk is like super thick though, because we're using a health necklace, because we get to supplement the rest with crit damage. Hey, yo, this is pretty nice. Oh, what's going on, Spatial? Yeah, I like this. Let me know how this goes. Let me know if you, you should try pen set also at some point. DDR Alencia on injury set? Yeah, I've heard people tell me that injury set Alencia now is like max injury, like instantaneously. Like you give her Pestilence and it's just like, it's Jover. Ah, you're avoiding pen set because you want to play her specifically into LNAV. Yeah. Have we tried HP set? Yeah. Yo. Where's Red, dude? Red would come out here, he'd be like, dude, anti-Alencia tech, or anti-Elanav tech, he'd play like prot set DPS Alencia. Dragon Slayer says, I sent a speed Rylet. Did Lux ever send it back? Okay, no, we did not get that. We did not get that one from prior. Where did you send it? Okay. We're gonna go back to this one, actually. You run 250 speed Alencia? Alright, let's go. Alright, so let me see where I was at. We were at Sputnik. But we have a lot of people. So we're going to start going a little bit faster. But this was Jupiter. Jupiter reposted this from before. Right? This was our Rwana that we're trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with it. Yeah, it has to. That's what I thought. The free gear is... There's too much speed from free gear. Yeah, it's all... The free gear all has a bunch of speed on it. We don't want speed on this character. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Requiem Rwana on this one. Like, just, we have to scrap all that speed to try to pick up more attack, more F, more bulk. We also swap... No, I actually think having high F is way better on Requiem. I think having like 300 F Requiem is broken. How do I get that screen? It's really simple. You go over here to your character's inventory. Underneath your boots is this little magnifying glass, and here's the screen. And you hit the share button, take your screenshot, and send it to wherever you need to go. Alright. So yeah, it's as we thought earlier, Jupiter. All the speed on your free pieces, they gotta go. You gotta figure out what to do with them. Because what we would like to try to just pick up more F, more attack, more defense, more health. Like, those are like literally the only stats this character wants, are attack, defense, health, F, every piece. Alright, we have Eevee Breezy here for Solitaria next. Solitaria, let's see. I think this is like fine for a starter Solitaria. Obviously, you'd want maybe like a tiny bit more defense, a tiny bit more F, and a tiny bit more speed. But for right now, I think this is fine. As for the artifact, I am a firm believer of one of two artifacts on Solitaria. Either Fairy Tale for a Nightmare, which is limited, or Abyssal. I don't really like any other options on the character. Like, Iella could work, but I don't know. Looking at the actual pieces, oof, that necklace is kind of abysmal. That should get changed. The ring's not terrible. Boots are great. Yeah, it's your ring and your necklace are your two worst pieces for sure. Like, for sure, for sure. There's some wasted stats on the sword too, but like necklace should go, possibly sword, possibly ring. Right? Long term. Like, you'd ideally want to pick up like 10 more, 15 more speed if you could. It's not necessary. I try to pick up at least like 5 more speed. Right? I try to pick up like maybe like 100 more defense. And I try to pick up like at 30 more F if I could. That's what I'd change on this. Yellow feels like poor man's Fairy Tale? Kinda. Rem Kali posted 2. I only review 1 at a time, so... We'll choose the first one, which is Little Queen Charlotte. Alright. We're on Tachi. So this is like mid-style Little Queen Charlotte. I actually don't hate this, because the thing is, I don't think base speed LQC works anymore. My worry is that we're not tanky enough. There is no in-game channel you share to. You post it in the Discord. It is the Discord that is pinned in the comment. That lets me just kind of get to everything. And that way, if the stream ends and I haven't gotten to everybody, I can easily tag you and reply to it, and I will fix your character off stream. So, like, by doing it this way inside of my Discord, it is very easy for me to basically get to everybody and make sure that everybody gets their characters evaluated. Mine dies with 14k defense 4, yeah. Yeah. This character just needs a different stat line, man. Like, Libra is not it. Like, Luna's suffering the same way. Like, her and Blue Luna have the same stat line. They're both suffering from the same damn thing. They have a stat line that's like, it just doesn't have good bulk, doesn't have good attack, doesn't have good speed. So it's just like, well, shit, those are the only things I care about on those characters. So... I don't know. Like, on paper, this looks great. You have literally 0 wasted stats. Like, it's, like, beautiful looking. But I just don't know if this is playable. Like, I'm honestly thinking that only fast Little Queen Charlotte's playable right now. How has this been working for you? If you're here, Remkali, like, how has this worked for you? Have you played this yet? Oh, yeah. Rex, yeah. I agree with you, but, like, Shu 2 taps most of the stuff in the game. Yeah, this one, yeah, I would agree with you. She works into Abyssal, and that's about it. Do you have any success against Haste with this? Because, like, those are the two characters you'd actually play this into, are Haste and Abyssal. How have things gone versus Haste? Because if, like, they're not good versus Haste, then I think you have to just, like, accept that you play her, like, as the fast cleave LQC. Like, because you don't even have crazy high attack. Like, 33 to 91 is not so high. And, like, your bulk is just, like, it's okay, right? It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. And you're literally sitting here rocking, like, 98 average, almost 99 average equipment score. It's like, it's not realistic to have too much higher quality gear on your LQC than this. Right, like, this is like borderline ATK gear. This is like whale gear. It's not closed. It's literally in the Discord. Yeah, she needs immunity in case AU Fiend attack down you, but then you don't have pen set. Think you need 4K attacks in spatial? I don't know about that. This is one where, let me put a pin in this one, and Rem, we'll come back to it at some point. I will figure this out and come back to you on it. Right? Yeah, because we have like an astronomical amount of like other people like after you, so I want to make sure I get to the ones that I can get to right now. Right? So that way, like, I am definitely coming back to it, because I want to play Little Queen Charlotte also. I want to figure out how to play that character. Alright, so we move on to JJ here. JJ submitted an albedo. At a glance, prot set. Okay. All right. I was going to say, I was like, this seems too slow. Then I realized it's prot set, not speed set. I actually think this is good. Is there anything we can do here to get more F? I want, like, a little bit more F, but it doesn't look like we can get any. Damn, bro, that necklace is gorgeous. Yeah, this looks great. I think this looks great. I don't know how else you get some more F here, but because I don't really see it. But this looks good. Chat's over the neck. Okay, that neck is look at how godly this neck is, chat. Look at that godlike neck. Yeah, right? That neck is godlike. It does at the start of the fight, Samuel. You are correct. No, actually, you don't need ER. It's like not that big of a deal to not have it, right? Like, I don't play ER. To be fair, my albedo is kind of fraudulent right now, because, like, I only have 1-3 Affenbellions holding it. Is there one, Celtive, I think, plays Bad Cat, no? I want to play Bad Cat, Armin. That's me. I want to be the one who plays Bad Cat. But yeah, no, I would say good job on that, Jay. Like, that's a really good albedo. Pen submitted a Spirit Eye Celine. So we're on Lifesteal. Good damage. Good speed. Storm Sword. Good, good, good. Okay, so this is like anti-cleave or like, you know, get the jump on somebody on a Guild War defense. Go for more damage? I think this is fine. You're saying go for more damage. I think it's fine. Like, I think it's fine. They have the same stats as me. I'm slower. Like, that's fine. The speed's not that crazy. I've seen faster. I've seen these same stats at like 260. But that's like whale territory, right? ATK is like, I'll post my Celine. Yeah, ATK has like the Celine I'm talking about where it's like 10, 15 speed faster than this. Alright. So yeah, I would say that this is a pretty on point Spirit Eye. I think you have pretty much everything you're looking for. Gear score is a little low on like the necklace, right? That could be an upgrade point for you. Ring, despite it being lower gear score, it's perfect subs, so I don't think I'd want to get rid of that. Honestly, necklace is also perfect sub, so maybe not. I mean, at this point, you're just looking at upgrading. It's just getting the same pieces with higher gear score. Hey! Next one is from Jiraiya. Haven't seen Jiraiya in a minute. So we have an Arby here. Looks good to me. This looks pretty good to me. I think if I could make a suggestion for the long term, I think you want to change your crit stat, your crit pieces for Torrent. If you could. I kind of understand probably why you didn't, though. That is a absolute monstrous amount of attack on the boots. It's like 41%, right? Yeah, there's nothing you could really switch that F for on the body either. Might as well just leave it as F for the blind. Yeah. This, that's the Arby. Yeah, 14% EE would be pretty good. Man, y'all really showing up with the good stuff this week. This is for a crit Arby, it's pretty good. For a crit Arby, this is pretty good. Like, Torrent would be ideal long term, but, like, those boots are kind of peak, so. Again, I get it. RC is next. It is the Discord. It is my Discord. Celty said, I think you should change off the skin and the build would be better. Oh, dude, I actually don't like RV skin either. Alright. Get my fat head out of the way so you guys can see this Abigail. So this looks like the one that we had earlier, but it plays 100F instead of the 250 crit damage. I think I would rather have the 250 crit damage than the 100F. That's just me. Yeah, it's hybrid. I got that it's hybrid. See, here's the thing, though. Because we didn't really go high damage, Golden Rose is not very good. Yeah, I don't think hybrid works. I think it's either you got to go like this level, like slightly more bulk than this with good damage, or you got to go faster, no crit, bulk F, right? I think it's got to be one of those. If he goes Draco Plate, it could be fine. Yeah. Yeah, if you go Draco Plate, it's 200 crit damage. Yeah, I think that's how you would have to salvage the build. Right? The helmet obviously doesn't look super amazing long term either. I actually really like that ring. That ring is like perfect for Abigail. I also like those boots. I wonder if we could get a different sword, but I think that's like a long-term goal. I think we want to change our helmet a little bit. Pick up some more defense, more health. I'd like to get like 1350 defense if I could. Like 21k health. And I think Red's right. I think instead of Gold Rose, you want Draco Plate. Draco Plate will give you extra bulk, which you want, and it'll give you extra damage, which you're missing. Yeah. Like, I don't think you're that far off the mark on the Abigail. I think you're pretty close. I think it's just, like I said, it's a helmet and artifact swap, and you're pretty much good to go. Ironically, Sweet Miracle? I could see Sweet Miracle, but I don't think it's as good as Draco Plate. Because, like, also you have to remember, Sweet Miracle is like a very highly contested artifact right now. Like, it's very strong on Laia. It's very strong on Conqueror Lilius, right? It's good on Urban Shadow Shoe. Like, there are a lot of users right now for a Sweet Miracle. Honestly, if Laia gets a banner rerun, I'm probably going to go pick up another 2 or 3 copies of Sweet Miracle. You think Samsara Prayer... Dude, my thing is, I think about Samsara Prayer Beads, I think it's just bad Draco Plate most of the time. Like, if your character doesn't crit, Samsara's better, but otherwise I'd rather have Draco Plate. Alright. Let's move on to Weeb Hub over here. Another Albedo. Let me zoom in on that one. Bring my fat head back. There we go. Yeah, I have 2 Sweet Miracles also. But I want like 3 more. Yeah, we're missing bulk for sure. So like looking back at what I was playing, I mean, you don't have to be exactly like mine, but you realistically want to get like at least 28k on your Albedo. Right? Yeah, neck has a load of attack. Yeah, so well, it's the freebie neck. This is the free neck. We definitely want to get rid of the necklace. We want something that's more tank oriented. Attack doesn't really help us. Sword is pretty hard to build on a tank. I actually think the hardest slot for a tank to build is the sword, and I don't think that this sword is particularly bad. Right? Helmet, you could swap that flat attack for defense percentage. Body is okay. I try to shoot for like 30% on my pieces if I could get it. But I think body's okay, right? Boots are great. Yeah, this is like tough. I think we're just missing HP. We just need HP. And so something's gonna have to give. It might be the sword, actually. The sword might have to go for something with a bunch of HP percentage to pick up the extra percentage here. Especially because you're on 3F, right? 3F is like considered to be the best build for her right now, but like you don't have anywhere near the HP to actually be on 3F, I think. Yeah, that also works, Kepri. Having a bunch of flat health on that necklace would go a long way, right? Like, to give you an example, like right here. Here's an example, like how these boots have like a ton of flat health. Well, to be fair, these boots are pretty abysmal, but I do it a lot on some of my other tanks. Right, like Carmen, I think, if I'm not mistaken, has a bunch of flat health on all of her subs. Right. She has almost like 500 on everything. Let me see. Does anyone else have like a bunch of flat health on my characters? Some of these are pretty abysmal, these pieces. I know LRK is probably my worst built tank right now. Yeah, you usually want to try to find stuff with like flat health on it. Yeah, flat HP on tanks is very, very good. Yeah, exactly what Sputnik said. These are like crit, yeah, these are like crit build stats for Albedo when we really need other stuff. Another thing that might help make things easier for you if you're struggling is change your boots to HP percentage, right? Because then you'll be a 170 Albedo, and if she has like 10 or 15 speed on health percentage boots, that'll put you like at like the 180 threshold, which is like the lower end of where you'd want to play her. You could do that also. You don't see the issue with this build? What don't you understand? We're on 3F, but we don't have enough. We don't have enough HP. Well, Albedo shouldn't die in one hit to Gala anyway, because of her passive. Yeah, like 27 is like the low end, with like 31K is the high end. Valestro, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so we just need more HP. The easy way is to go HP percentage boots, but overall, I think we do have to change the necklace, and we're gonna have to probably find something different on one of these other slots to kind of boost that HP up. Because like 25K on 3F is not gonna cut it. You want like at least 28, I think. Alright, Ivan, are you here, Ivan? Ivan's been waiting forever for this Ilanav review. Right? Alright, so we have Empyrean Ilanav here. Alright. Looking at it, you're a bit too slow. I feel like HP should be higher. So I feel like HP should be higher, speed should be higher. And I don't think the 60 ER does anything for us. Oh, no problem. I like your handle for real though. But yeah, for real though. Hopefully it was helpful for you. I built all this because I wanted S1 to heal a lot. She is super sticky, and there's one a solo DPS called Ashes. I don't know. I know she's not a solo DPS, so sometimes I draft her. Okay. Well, the thing is, I think that's more than just Ilanav is in general sticky. Less so that like this build, like you could have a build that's even doing a bit more, right? Like counter with that is like fine. Counter proof, is that good? I'm not sure. But even then, like I feel like we just have no HP, right? Like the 60 ER does like nothing for me, right? This does literally nothing for me because like with Indomitable you have 90. Like okay, so like you don't get like attacked down by Abyssal. Like any actual debuff though, you're still like Omega dead. Yeah, Ring has really high attack also. To be fair, Empyrean Illinab does have decent attack scaling, but I still wouldn't build it. Yeah, I like I said, I'm not gonna knock Proof, right? I think Proof counter could absolutely work. Like it worked for Ravi, and her S1's the same as Ravi, so yeah. I definitely think you need to jump your speed up though. Like I think the slowest you could play this character is like 150. Like as time is going on, like this is one of the reasons why it's hard for me to make how to play videos super early, is because for the first 2 or 3 weeks, everyone was playing Illinab at like 150 to 170. Now people are starting to play like 190, 200 Illinab. So, you know, it's like people are finding that she's better when she's faster. But even then, like 25k HP is like always the floor, and the ER you're playing is just not nearly enough if you wanted to play it at all. So my suggestion would be to probably change your left side gear, like your ring also. Like the attack percentage gear, like we don't want gear with that on it. I think your necklace is like perfectly fine. But I think the rest of the stuff is not particularly the best for what we're trying to do, right? Like we have 2 dead stats on the boots. We have a predominantly dead stat on the ring. And then we have a bunch of dead stats on the other pieces as well. Yeah, no, I got it. Everyone plays Imperial Illinab, I think, first pick right now. I think that first pick Illinab is very strong. The character is just very strong in general. She's one of the best characters in the current patch. Yeah, no, she's just one of the strongest characters in the current patch. Like, no matter what build you put her on, you're gonna get some results. It's just some, I think, are far better than others. Like, for me, counter Elbrus has worked really well. But for others, like Destruction or like Speed Set with like Broken Will of the Priest or like Mature Sunglasses has worked out very well for them. But those people, I think, are a bit more aggressive than me. So, yeah, so I think those are things to work on. Again, higher speed, higher HP, ditch the ER, try to just get the stats up a bit higher in general. Alright, we got Rex here on a red Robbie. Says, is Sigurd's better for my build or Golden Rose? It's Sigurd's. So, for how Robbie works, Robbie's not actually a health scaler. Robbie takes your base HP at the start of the game and turns it all into attack. So she basically converts your 30k HP into some attack percentage and adds it to your 2215 attack. So because of that enhanced attack, Sigurd's is going to be better for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I'm fairly confident that is how it works. I think this is a pretty good Robbie, though. Like, that bulk is really, really good. That bulk looks pretty good. This is a good Robbie. Especially that ring. That ring is very good. That is a very good Robbie ring. Robbie's converted attack from HP does not scale with attack modifiers. Yeah, dude, this is a good Robbie. This is a very good Robbie, actually. I'll look into this more for you, but I was under the assumption that was converted to attack. And that she still was the Sigurd's character she always has been. I mean, otherwise, why would you give the EE attack percentage? Yeah, it is converted, yeah. Can't you test it with E7 calculator? I absolutely can test it with the calculator, but you have to understand something. Like, there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There's like 30 people still ahead of it. Like after this one, right? I'm trying to very quickly get through as many people as I possibly can on stream. So that way I can, you know, I don't have to like spend like 15 people replying via text. I would very much like to get to as many people as I possibly can here on this segment while we're still live. Alright, we go to Cyborg now. BMH. Good defense, good health, speed's a little low, ER is pretty good. Some F2, Celestine. I think this is a good haste. I'd play this. Great HP on the sword. Okay. You could potentially swap the flat defense for speed if you wanted to pick up some percentage points, but I don't know if it's necessarily needed. Great boots, actually, to tie it all together. You have a swap there. Pick up a couple of points. Yeah. Alright. I actually think this is a good haste. It's a little bit slow, but it's got better bulk than average while still maintaining some good ER. Salty. We got Crocs here with the girl Hua Young next. Over 4,800 attack, 1,200 defense, 14k HP, 230 speed. This is also very good. Also very good. Great sword. Body is... it's so-so. Like, body you could do... you know, you might be able to do something a little bit different than this, but, like, this is certainly fine. Like, she can only really use HP defense speed here anyway. It's just the crit is kind of just... it's not really used. You'd prefer to have, like, a base value here to pump up one of these. Good ring. Great necklace, actually. Fantastic necklace. Oh, damn. Same with boots. Man. What a good Huayang. Yeah, this is good Huayang. I like this one a lot. You don't have to worry about switching the language. I know where everything is. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Yeah, it's just you just want imprints and max the artifact and you're good to go. It's great, Huayang. Dr. Girlfriend! It's been a while since I've seen you on this segment. Alright, so we have an Illinav. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we went ER. I went for the ER version of this character. So she's basically our dedicated cleanser. I feel like we need either more speed or more health. How's Flex It Friday going? It's fine. This is the cleanser version of Illinav. So we went a bunch of ER and health set. Okay. We don't need the crit chance on the sword. The sword actually has a bunch of stats that don't make sense for us. So like 15F and the crit chance doesn't do anything for us. Crankska says I'm gonna hate the unit. Oh, that's a 75 helmet. We want to definitely get that out of there for a 90 at some point. I think we're okay with that body. The crit chance is not ideal, but there's nothing we can swap it to. We can swap our F here for like flat health to pick up some more bulk. Same thing on the other piece here, the ring. Oh, but I wouldn't want to ruin that. That's a tough one. Do you take a long-term percent? Do you take a 1 equipment score loss to pick up percentage points? And then we can swap also the flat or the effectiveness on the boots. So you've got some swaps to work with here, but the big thing is the helmet. You're missing like 400 flat health here, right? If we could pick up some more speed, right? I think helmet and sword are definitely the best places. You don't farm health set, so that helmet is just full of coat. Yeah, just farm at it. If you could get like 200 speed and get like 26k HP with like this ER, I think should be a pretty good cleanser for you. I think that this version of Illinois is a lot harder to pick though in RTA because, well, you're picking it later in the draft. You would not first pick this, right? That's my thoughts on this. Like, this is a more niche build, this version of Illinois that you're trying to build. It's not like a common all the time build. Hey, what's going on, HyperX? Yeah, like I said, this is a much more specialized niche version of Illinois. Very few people play this one. All right, we go next. Abdu says, I don't know if this works, or I need more bulk and attack instead of crit damage. Okay, so alphabet tier list when you have time. I won't be able to do it this stream. I'm gonna have to end up refunding you, or we could do it for another stream. Just remind me, Greenhearted. Because like I said, we're at 10:30 right now. I'm gonna do like another hour or so of this. But we still have like 30 people to go. So I wanna make sure that I get to as many as I can before like 11:30. Right, I'll go for another hour. Alright, so looking at this, good bulk. Crit damage. I don't think I see too many issues with this. Let's see. Sword looks good. Helmet looks good. Body looks good. Necklace looks good. Not the best on the ring. And this looks good too. I see what your concern is. You're worried that your attack is too low, but your crit damage is too high. Yeah, I could definitely see that being an issue. How do we fix this, if at all? I don't really think you can. I think it's just try to find a better ring. That's a bit... And what channel can I send my character? It is on my Discord in the pinned comment. There's a Fix-It channel. Hey, is it Jazzfex? JJ Jazzfex? Thank you for the follow. Should I change? Well, it starts on cooldown. That is also a possibility. What Brad said is very real. You could play attack percentage ring with a bunch of HP on it. That would actually work out really well. It would have to have a lot of HP on it though, like 30% plus. So that's the way we could go. I don't know. I think this is usable as is right now if we could get that last crit chance. I just don't know where you get it from. The 140 attack, though, is kind of a major turnoff on the ring, right? Yeah, that I don't fault you. Yeah, this is a hard ring to replace. That's a very hard ring to slot in to find specifically what you want. But the quality on everything else is so high. This is why I usually try to do my right side pieces first before I do my left side pieces. Because it's easier to find a good left than a right. Right pieces are a bitch to replace. But overall, I think the Landy is good as is right now. I just think that you want to try to find a way to get a better ring in there somewhere. Yeah. Alright, Algar said, should I swap the effectiveness on this for flat defense? Talking about their Alencia. Alright. Let's check it out. Ooh, good crit damage. Pen set. And we're looking at 13F. Pick up flat defense. So if we went for flat defense, we would get like 80. So we get to 1450 defense in exchange of 13F. I think that's a good trade. I feel like our HP is a little low, but we're on Sweet Miracle, so that makes up for it a little bit, actually. Why do I feel like we're missing HP, though? That's why. It's the helmet. The helmet has no HP. I think you have to swap the flat defense on the helmet to HP percentage. Like, I think you have to. Yeah, that feels like it's mandatory. Yeah, I think I would probably also... That's also another thing we could do. We could also go an HP percentage necklace over a crit damage one. And then just focus hard on crit chance and crit damage on the neck. That's an other alternative you could take. I definitely think you should swap 43 flat defense for health percentage, though, on the helmet. I definitely think that's a swap. Yeah. And then as for the F, you could absolutely swap this F for flat health if you wanted to, or flat defense. Actually, now that I look at it, it has attack percentage on it. You might want to consider changing the ring entirely. I think that might be the best solution for you, is to find a combination ring necklace combo that gives you maybe more health, better crit damage. Something to think about. Suchi wrote, right as the current chef, left is his possible chef's build. Okay, so we're talking about Alencia here. So this is your Alencia here. This is from Suchi. Alright, let's see what we got here. That's like, what, 28 health? 12 crit chance, 5 crit damage, 4F. So that sword's kind of not it. It's not bad, but it's not good either. No health on the helmet. But, we're on Torrent. And that's oh, there's health. Hold on, I'm blind. The hell's wrong with you? Homie, look, it's line 3. Pay attention. Yeah, purples won't stay. Okay, I got you. Great body. It's a lot of flat def. It's not bad, though. Okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah, that ring would definitely get gone. Ooh, the boots. Not really great. The boots 19% health and nothing else. It's 11 crit chance, 19% health. That's not really that strong. Yeah, so the boot and the ring definitely go. And then change the sword. And then I think you're gonna absolutely dunk on people with this thing. So let me go back and look at those chef's builds real fast. We're talking about possible builds. The right one doesn't seem terrible. The right one actually doesn't seem terrible. I think you're overcapped on crit though. You're gonna be on Wrath, so you're overcapped on crit. But yeah, I think long term this one might be better. This one with the changes might be better. And what I mean by that is getting proper pieces in these slots. This is a good thought experiment. This looks like it could be pretty good. The torrent on Genesis doesn't seem like it'd be the best, but maybe it is when you have Omega crit damage, right? Right? Yeah, we definitely need 250 minimum, right? Ah, man. I feel I can't help but feel this would be better on Destro. Damn, man. 250 seems like it's alright. But I'm just I want 300 on Torrent, man. I want 300 on Torrent. I want to blow people up with the S3. Let me know how this goes long term, because like I don't see its inherent value over pen set unless like we get like Omega damage on the S3, and that's what I'm like hoping that you'll be able to figure out. All right, we have bread next. Bread, and I'm gonna walk away for a second to get caffeine to keep myself motivated. Staying up to 4 a.m. is not good for your health, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate the hydrate, bread. Of course, I get the bread's unit. He hydrates me. Who the hell you got ER on this thing? Homie, what are you doing? Like, there's... Like, if you're gonna go ER on Briar, like, full send on that. Like, I don't know if you're aware of this, but like, if you go ER on Briar, you don't actually need to go Guiding Light. Like, because if they can't strip, like, the reason you play ER on Briar is so that they can't stop you from Death Breaking, because Death Breaking wins the game. Does that make sense? User what made, problem solved? No. One shot says use this for Briar. Oh, actually, that's closer to correct. But, okay, bread. All right. We're gonna do this real quick. So bread is like, I use Briar, which was Spirit Eye Celine. Alright. Witch's Curse. Upon receiving... What is it? Yeah, where was it? Allies and enemies cannot revive. Got ads. Brett, I think you tunneled too hard on Spirit Eye. Like, this is actually a non-bow. Does anyone have that meme about Arbiter Vildred players that, like, forgetting about drafting Briar? I'd tunnel on Spirit Eye. God damn it, Red. If none of the other units survive, they all have to hit Celine. But, okay. Alright. So they all have to hit Celine. I will just, okay. If you play Spirit Eye Celine, their last two characters that they will pick into Spirit Eye Celine are going to be things like Bihu, right? They're going to be things like Senya. They're going to be things like Karina. Things that literally blow up Celine in one hit. You will eventually get to a point where, yeah, they all have to go into Celine, and then you'll get into a 1v1 scenario with whatever the fifth character is that literally one-taps her. Like, the reason why Celine is good is because you put people in these situations where they can't keep your team dead. Like, playing Briar... You play Briar because Briar literally stops revivers, which that's not what you're trying to do. You're playing a reviver. And then you play her because she's a full strip defense break, which sets up a free team kill. Like, if you're playing Briar and you're death breaking and you're not immediately winning the game, like, why are you playing Briar? Bro. Bread. Just play a different character at that point. You could put anything behind Christy. Alright. I'm going to go get a drink. And I'm going to let you sit here and stare at this beautiful woman that is just a better pick in the scenario you're talking about. In literally every single game. Alright, chat. Has he accepted Vivian yet? Play Celine on Wind Rider. Briar with no guiding lights, so they focus Briar and Celine can revive. Good take. No, it's not a good take. No, it's a terrible take. Alright. So, this is where you're at. If you want to play this build, you want to be here. Without the 78 necklace. Maybe some more damage, but to be fair, you're on Hybrid. Hybrid is just, I want to get the Death Break off. I don't care how much damage it deals. 38 bounces? Damn. That's dedication. I mean, to be fair, they're pretty mesmerizing. Yeah. Alright. Brad, we can talk more about this later. I'm going to move on to twice Suminita. Or is it TW Ice? Suminita. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. This is an aria here. How much F attack does F? As much as you could get. Like, speed and F are the most important things, and then you just fill in the rest with attack, with whatever damage stats you could get. Oof. Alright, so this is too slow. Right? That's the first thing that we're at. And we don't have enough HP. Alright. So. I'll start by saying the same thing I say every time this character shows up. This is the hardest character to build in Epic 7 if you're a slow player. So. Let's just keep that where it's at. We have too much attack just looking at it. Yeah, the boots. The boots have too much. Yeah, they have a ton of attack. Okay. So ATK, you here, homie? Sir? What do we wait? Okay. You are technically correct, Red. You are technically correct that yes, Ren is the hardest character to build if you are a slow player. But if your goal is to build a character that is not a speed demon, if we remove speed from the equation, right? Like we just say like, alright, we can't build any of the characters that need to be 300 plus speed. If you take a look at the rest of the characters in the pool, Arya is probably the most difficult to build. Yeah, so ATK, if you could show me your Arya, that would be ideal. ATK's Arya is like really insane, but it kind of perfectly encapsulates like what the character is trying to be, and it shows you just how insane the gear needs to be to get to that point. I think that this character is like as hard to build as MLK Ron. The thing is, if you built Arya and Kairon both with absolutely insane gear, Arya's nuts, Kairon sucks. Yeah. So here's what ATK plays, right? So if you look at he's got 2,000 defense, which is what you want. 14k HP, which is like the minimum you want. 160 plus speed is where you want to be with the character. 100 crit chance. The lowest crit damage you could probably realistically get away with is like 215, 220. If you go much lower than that, you're going to have issues like actually closing out games. Right? You'll actually start losing games by a hair. You'll notice you're getting gear gapped. And then you want your ER to be like 130 minimum, but ideally 150 before the artifact. And you'll notice that he's got 70 from the artifact. Like, the character requires so much gear. So. Yeah, and the average on this is like, what? 96. You would say like 96. So this is what's 10, 14. Yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing that ATK points that out, yeah. The gear that this character plays is stuff that, like, no one is looking for. Like, literally no one is looking for. This is like Hua Young gear, where, like, nobody plays this shit. Right? Like, you need to roll basically tank stats on a DPS necklace on lifesteal. Which, yeah, like, same thing. You want a lifesteal defense percentage ring, but it needs to have a bunch of, like, ER and health on it, which are not the things that Lionheart Cermia wants. Like, literally no one rolls the rings that Arya wants. They are literally Arya rings. So, that's just, like, what I'm trying to explain to you. So, like, you basically, you don't have to be on speed shoes, but you, like, you really shouldn't have Arya be slower than Crimson Armin. Right? Or, like, you'll sometimes play Arya with, like, Crimson Armin or your tank. She should be, essentially, depending on if it's like Crimson Armin, she should be slightly ahead of Crimson Armin or slightly behind wherever your tanks are. So, like, if you play, like, Arwell at 170 speed, right? Your Arya should be around, like, 160-ish. So that way Arwell goes, and then immediately Arya comes behind it, and then cloaks your whole team. That's how she works. She's supposed to be the slowest person on your team, but not astronomically slow. Like, at 118, you will literally die before you ever get a turn. Like, the meta DPS can literally take 2 to 3 turns before she gets 1. You will never get to use her S3, and you'll die. Alright, so hopefully that is, like, the lesson on where we need to be for the character. As for, like, the pieces that you have that I would keep, I think that the necklace is probably keepable, as is the ring. Right? But the boots definitely gotta go. And the sword, this is another one where, like, we can't have wasted stats on this character. She's just too greedy. Right? So we can't afford these, like, wasted stats on our pieces. Okay. Hey, the homie Dragon Slayer. Let's go. What do we got here? Alright, so we have a Biblis here. Good bulk. Great speed. F is good. Gardening shears. Yeah. Looks good to me. Boots have, obviously, wasted stats, but I wouldn't change them because they're obviously purchased gear. Not really a reason to change the attack percentage on the ring either, honestly. Basically, the sword is the only thing you could really change if you want to improve it, but, like, this is, like, a really good Biblis. Right? Like, I would probably sack this sword just to get, like, a 30F sword. And then I think I'd be pretty okay with that. Alright, I'm done with Sylvan Sage Vivian. Alright, so let's see. What do we got here? Okay, so this is like the old build on Sylvan Sage Vivian, right? This is what we were talking about when somebody submitted SSV. This is what I'm on. I'm on this same, like, build, right? This is pretty much the same build that I'm on. Right? It's almost identical. But I don't think that this build is actually, like, what you play now. Like, Hazama Ray basically put us all on. Like, it's Destruction. Destruction Torrent is, like, the play. And if you're not gonna play that, then you go, like, much thicker on Chatty on Lifesteal. So that way they can't kill you. Yeah, exactly what Spleen said. So damage SSV is destruction torrent now, and then tank SSV is the lifesteal chatty version. So like you choose one of those. Yeah. Destruction can still be on. Destruction can be on chatty too, but I'm just saying like destruction torrent is the damage one. Like if you just want to go nuclear and burst somebody down, then yeah. But otherwise, like this version of Vivian, I think is kind of like what would be the right word? Deprecated? I guess like it's like it's a build from like 2-3 metas ago. Right? And like the meta calls for a tankier Vivian that can't be burst, or a Vivian that just bursts them down. Yeah, obsolete. Yeah. Thank you guys for being my thesaurus. So, while I think that the gear quality is very high on the Vivian, I think that you're moving away from that build. You don't have to agree with me, and if you don't, then you could just stay with this build. But pretty much, Worlds kind of showed us that the Destruction Torrent Vivian literally, like, destroys bruisers in 2 hits. So we should probably be on that if our goal is for damage. And considering everyone that's been on this version of the build, their Vivians have been getting blown up, the alternative would just be very tanky. Right? I think KHM's assessment of Vivian is pretty on point. Choose one. All in on damage, or stop them from all-inning damage onto you. So I'll let you kind of decide which one of those you want to go with. This is like the, I don't want to say like third best build, but this is like the outdated build that works, but the people that are at like the forefront of the metagame are playing one of those other two. So I think once that becomes more standardized, maybe we'll see a shift. But for right now, like I said, the people at the forefront, they play those builds. Oh, so Solid has a Urban Shadow Shoe who said, just got her and built her based on your video. Okay, so let's check it out. No. You misunderstand, Nina. You misunderstand. So, Lifesteal Vivian still works, but you don't play this much attack and you don't play this much critical hit damage. You play 280 crit damage, 3500 attack, and you play like 1200 defense, 12k HP. You play HP percentage ring. You take this build, you change this attack percentage ring, you change it to the HP percentage ring. Right? Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. If you're gonna play like 8k, 9k HP Vivian, just play Destruction Torrent, because she will do so much more damage, you will literally delete people. Yeah. I think KHM said 1350 defense, like 13.5k HP is what he plays on Chatty. Let me see what ATK posted. I should have stuck with this SV build. Yeah, so like this, right? Not this much speed, right? Not this much speed. A little bit more damage, but more bulk than this. You want to, like, around 200 speed on this, like, super high bulk stats. Yeah. I like having some sustain on SSV, otherwise she would get focused pretty hard. I guess, yeah. I mean, I'll let you guys know. Like, this is kind of like a spoiler because I intended to keep my my ML rolls from this event a secret, so that way I could do them as a long cut video. But you can see. So I have Vivian here, right? If I go to lobby, oh, I should put myself in one and then go to storage and scroll down. There's a Vivian right here. I intended to bake the second one. I intend to have 2 Vivians and play both of them, figure out which one I want to use long term. So, anyways, so we're back to the shoe. That's a good-looking shoe. For a first draft, this is a good-looking shoe. Pen set with only a 200 crit damage. I don't think it's quite worth it. I think it might be worth it to go health percentage, but I see that most of your speed is tied up here. Right? I think that we can alleviate that by going in a different helmet. I actually like this sword a lot. I think this sword's really, really decent for getting the crit chance we're missing. Good boots. We could swap effectiveness. We can get defense percentage here if we want. Body feels a little weak. It's not like... It's just balance type. This is like a final piece if you can't find like to fix everything, put it all together. I think I'm looking at trying to go get some speed on my helmet so that way I can chase maybe like a health set or something since I only have 200 crit damage. But I think for first draft this is good. Should I drop 2k HP for 50 more crit damage on this shoe? Is this your shoe? Yeah, this is your shoe, right? So solid. No, I actually like having more. I like having more health. Right? I think having more health is way better on this character. Right? I think having more health is way better. See, I have the same crit damage as you, but I have like crazy tankiness. I have crazy health. That's just how I like to play the character. I don't think having low health on this character is very good. She just gets the games that she is in, right? Yeah, the games that she's in, smart players are just going to focus her first. That's half the reason you play her on proof. Because if they just focus her down, then they don't have to worry about it. Because usually any game that Shu is let through in, she's probably your win condition. So everybody's just going to focus her. Like really, really hard. So for me, just being tanky and trying to live as long as possible until I can get the heal from the S3 is my goal. I think ER Shu is scam. I think some of the Asia server and Japanese server players can really make it work. But from my experience, I think it's way easier to beat than the tanky Shu. I think it's way, 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 way easier to beat. Like, there are some matches where a ER Shu is better, but I feel like the vast majority of matches that Shu is in, it's worse. Especially because, like, if it comes down to it, right? You dedicated some of your bulk and all of your damage to ER so she couldn't be debuffed. That damage, that little, like, 200 crit damage, 100 crit chance, that damage adds up, right? That adds up, especially on like the S3, you're going to get more injury. Right? You'll get more burst damage on the S3. That adds up. That could be the deciding factor between a win and a loss. Submissions probably should be closed at this point. Chris, if you want to drop something in the Discord, feel free to do so. I'm stopping at 11:30. Whatever I get to by 11:30, that's what we're doing. And then I'm going to go take a break or whatnot. I might come back onto my Discord like in a voice call, and I might just like go over what's left. But if I don't get to it, then over the weekend I will just basically at you with your submission with my recommended kind of suggestions, my changes to it. Yeah, HyperX brings up an excellent point also. If you have another sweet miracle, Laya's artifact, you could just play that. You could just play that over ER. That's another reason why. Okay. We'll move on to Oracle. Welcome back, Oracle, by the way. Lifesteal Stene. No EE yet. Okay. So we have 15F that we're not doing anything with. That's kind of weird. Bulk looks good. Speed looks good for lifesteal. Damage feels a little low, but not by much, right? Just like a tiny bit. Let me look and see. Ah, body. Not a fan of that body. Because, like, we're not getting too much value out of the body, right? Like about a third of our stats are tied up in F. Yeah, so these are all free pieces. So this all literally all of this is free pieces, which says you probably don't have strong lifesteal gear. Yeah, right side pieces, like the boots are, they rolled okay, right? They rolled okay, but like I think this body, we definitely changed this body out. You're saying body is moddable. It is moddable, but like, what do you get, right? Like, this gets you, what, 11 crit damage? If it gives you 11 crit damage, maybe it's worth it, but I'm not sure. No one wants F on lifesteal to my knowledge. No, not really, no. It's just like Zorado. It's like probably about it. Yeah. Yeah, they need to revert the bug on Champ Z. If they revert the bug on Champ Z, he might actually be okay. I hesitate to call him good, but he might be okay. So Champion Zorado, when he reflects debuffs on you, he didn't originally have an effectiveness check. So if he had debuffs and he countered, he gave you those debuffs. Like, it just, you just took them. Right? There was nothing you could do. Like, it's just, oh, just, I pass them to you, we're done here. And then the devs were like, oh, actually, that's a bug. He should have to check his effectiveness versus your effect resistance. And if his effectiveness doesn't beat your ER, well, then he doesn't pass the debuffs. He just keeps them. Which defeats the whole point of the character. And so they patched that on him. And I was like, why? So, like, now every champion Zorado has to actually build effectiveness. Yeah, he ignored ER. He used to ignore ER, and then they took it away from him, which is the dumbest thing ever. But back at the Spectre at hand, like, the body is, like, not the best. Shoes could be better, but are still fine. I think that, overall, this looks good. I just wish the body had crit damage on it, basically. Yeah, he's really squishy now because of it. That's exactly right. Ares got it. He's super squishy now. Alright, moving on. Baboru. Here. Ooh, man, we still have a lot of people to go. I'm trying my best here, guys. Let's try and go a little bit faster here. Oh, wow. Actually, I think this Landy looks pretty good. Let's see. Sword's good. Helmet's alright. Even though it's like, it looks kind of ugly. I think it's alright. We have a wasted stat here on this resistance here. You could swap that 5 ER. You could swap that to get defense percentage. That brings it up to 97 there. You have a attack percentage. Wow, okay. I actually think you might be better off going crit hit damage on the necklace. How much attack do I lose? Let me check something. How much attack do I lose if I swap there? Okay. 1134 times 0.65 is 737. So we lose 737 attack. So if we swap off that. So that puts us at 31, like, 70? 3170-ish? We could build attack percentage and bring us up to, like, 33, 34? Yeah, I think that works better for us long term. I think long term, I think it's better to go crit damage necklace, change helmet maybe to make up missing attack percentage. Attack percentage is better than crit damage uncanny for healing? No? That is true. My worry is that once you have Ruler of the Seas stacked, though, you don't do as much damage as if you had a balanced stat line, right? Like, to each their own. Like, that's not a necessary swap. Yeah, I think that, like, this is pretty good as is right now, right? The swap on the body is the only for sure thing you make, and then you can make the decision if you want to go crit damage necklace, different helmet. Otherwise, I think you stay as is. Yeah, that's also, but the thing is, you want to try to get like another 8% crit damage. Right? And the only spot you could realistically do that is like helmet. Actually, you could just pick up 7 crit damage right here on the sword. Just take the 2 speed away, just get the 7 crit damage. Yeah, what Gilo Chan said is also true. You actually are losing gear score, like overall stats, by not using crit damage necklace. You're actually losing like roughly 12 points of equipment score by not choosing that necklace instead. Yeah, so if you want to keep this build, I think it's defense swap for ER on body, crit damage swap for 2 speed on sword, right? And then you let it go. But I think those same swaps plus crit damage necklace with different helmet is probably the best way to play the character long term with the rest of the skill. Is it Navalokin? Thank you for the follow. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name too badly, but thank you. Man, a lot of Arias tonight. Diana with Aria. Hopefully you already heard what I had to say prior to this. Actually not a bad attempt. We're just a little bit shy on def. Like, we're about 150 shy from what I think is the lowest amount you can play on the character. I think we're about 1,000 health off and, like, 15 ER off from, like, the low end. And we could sack some speed to pick that up. Right? Where you got butchered here is probably the body and the helmet. Because you gave up, basically, you know, 16% total stats just because they're purples versus reds. That's a lot of defense on that necklace. You have a swap there if you wanted to, but honestly, how much defense does this actually give? Like, realistically, like, how much am I getting out of that? Mage. What does this character have? 670? 673. So it's like it's like 20%. This is like 41%, but you get nothing else out of it. That might be a hard one to actually do. Yeah, Bastion of Hope would go a long way over Fairy Tale for a Nightmare as well. Bastion of Hope gives about 1,000 HP, whereas Fairy Tale only gives like 400, I think. So that would pick you up another 600 HP or so, and you would shoot up to about 190 ER almost. I think you could swap maybe your sword. It would lower your speed a bit, but you could focus more on getting health, right? Getting health and ER, which I think is what you really want to focus on with your sword. I think your sword really wants to be health, ER, crit chance, speed, with speed being the lowest focus. We also could get another, we could get more ER by having a better Prophet Shaw, or EE. Okay. The ring also not the best because we don't have health percentage already. We have a ton of flat health. Yeah, so there's a number of things we can do here. I like the boots, right? And I the necklace is like okay, surprisingly. It's not the best, it's not the worst. Right? I think changing to Bastion, getting your EE upped, and then making some changes to the purple pieces, like, right, getting higher rolled purple pieces, changing these to red. That will put you in a spot where you're actually, like, probably good to go with the character. But, like, eventually you'll probably want to overhaul, like, everything but the boots. Yeah, I know defense is low, but, like, surprisingly, this is, like, not that bad. Like, this is a lot closer than most of the other arias that I see. It doesn't look like it, probably, until you realize, like, we're only a couple of minor tweaks away from being correct. Does gear score matter as long as your stats are correct? No, it doesn't. Gear score is just an indicator of how well did the piece roll. Usually, most of the time, higher gear score means that it rolled better. But for example, like, if I have, like, a Rimuru with, like, 170 effectiveness on him, right? And I tell you he's 450 gear score, like, you're gonna be like, what the hell else is on this character? Like, you can have characters that have, like, really high CP in the game or really high gear score, really high equipment score. That doesn't mean they're good. Yeah, Red, I know, but, like, nobody's out here actually building 170. Hey, you know what? Fine. All right, well, what if I told you, like, I built, like, 170 F, 100% crit chance, like, 300 crit damage, like, Gunther. Like, he could be 150 gear score Gunther. He's not actually, like, it's built incorrectly. Like, he can't use the stats. That Gunther is popping off when he gets said, you guys suck. You guys just trolling me. But yeah, Tiana, I actually don't think this is that bad of an aria. I think you just need to work on a couple of things and you're good to go. I'm cooking? No, stop. Alright, Steve Munch, martial artist Ken here. Alright. Alright. So let's look at this. Looking at the Ken. Alright, so you went Omega on damage. And if your goal with this Ken is to just play him in, like, Arena or, like, Guild Wars to bait something and kill it, I think this is fine. I think I would never take this into World Arena because he doesn't have real effect resistance. Right? His damage is great. His bulk is kind of solid. It's not amazing. It's solid, right? But that ER is not it for World Arena. So if you're trying to take this character into World Arena, we need to get about pretty much, like, basically switch to an ER ring, right? You need to switch to an ER ring. And you need to kind of bring your damage down and jump your bulk up. So, like, you basically have to sack some of this crit damage, some of this attack to get a lot more ER and get more HP, right? Yeah. No. That's what I said. This is like, if you're playing versus AI and you know they're not going to attack this thing, like, it's probably fine. But, like, if you're playing in World Arena where a human can actually, like, target it, oh, he's so dead. So, yeah, so that, like, usually Ken is played with, like, 130 ER and, like, the same kind of bulk you expect on, like, Lone Crescent Bologna. So, like, 1400 defense, like 1350 defense, 1400 defense with, like, nearly 20k HP. And then just, like, attack over, like, 3100, 3200 with, like, over 250 crit damage. Like, that's kind of how people play him. Even then, that build doesn't see a lot of play because Ken's not super great in World Arena. So if you want to play him in World Arena, that's why I preface this whole thing. That's how I'd change him. If all you care about is just being like, dude, I'm just picking him into Candy in Guild Wars and he just kills her in one hit. Cool. Good. We're done here. We can go next. Our next one comes from Mr. Cell T, who says, I am a new player. New player. Is this Vivian good for PvE? You're missing like 5% crit chance, but yeah. I mean, if you reforge it, it's all fine. Sure. Ship it. This is fine. If you want you to reforge all this stuff, it's fine. Also, your boots rolled terribly. Get those the hell out of here. This new player knows what he's doing. Yeah, that's what I said. Next up is Frozo. Frozo's, hello, I've been struggling with the Lilius ring for a while, and the E7 WC rolled this way. Haven't leveled up to 15 yet, of course. I wanted to ask if I should re-roll it or give it to another unit instead. Okay, so let's take a look at Frozo's Lilius. Oh, okay, this is actually a cool name. I did not know that. Alright, so... attack is a little low. HP is actually high for Gala. You want this to be lower. I would not play this ring on Gala. I also... let's see. The helmet is good. The body is playable. The necklace is fine. Though I would get different boots. Okay, so you have some ER, right? So we have 28 ER, right? 7 on the body is fine. We could swap that for something else if we want to. We just like swap this for... Nah, honestly, like that's kind of all you really can put in that slot, right? So this character wants higher attack, right, and more speed, and we want to cut out our health. Like, so we don't want anything that gives health. So like nothing here on the ring that's like that's detrimental to us. And like we can't make use of effectiveness, and we can't make use of critical hit chance. So like this doesn't work for us either. Right? We want a different sword for sure. Like. I don't have the best Gala, right? My Gala's not like that crazy. But like, you see how I have about 7,000 health? Like that's what you're looking for, like 7,000 or like 8,000, 8,100. Near 300 crit damage, try to get like 4,000 attack. And then just get as much speed as you can, right? After that, just get as much speed as you possibly can. That's kind of how that works. As for that ring that you had, again, not on Gala. That's a hard ring to use. If it rolls a lot of HP, it's like Rimuru. There's very few characters that can really take advantage, I think, of that whole thing. Right? How do I have below 7911? What the hell? Read the set bonus? That's how I have less than 7911? Also, yeah, the helmet. Thank you, Shima. Yes. 88 gear actually does inherent... 88 gear has a drawback unless it is in the body, necklace, ring, or boot slot. There is always a drawback to playing 88 gear in the sword and helmet slot. It is barely noticeable for a sword. It is sometimes noticeable for a helmet. Like, helmet is the worst 88 slot. That is true also, but I think you give up too much stats. You give up too much damage and speed for that. Alright. Moving on. Shoeman is next. Should I just change defense? I mean, considering how bad defense is on this character, I don't think you need to change. I think this is a fine Celine. I don't think you have to change anything. I think you're chilling. If we could get some imprints and get some more storm swords, I think you're absolutely chilling. That's a good looking Celine. Next up is Butai Okami, who posted this Biblis and says, it's a meme build. Nice facial expression for the meme build. Yo, you say this is a meme build, but like, I've seen protection set Biblis. I don't even think this is that bad. I actually think this is actually a decent build. You have some wasted stats with like ER, but like, who cares, right? Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm cool with this. Alright, let's go next here. Oh, so we have Boyle next that says, I think 200 is enough and I cleave often with her up to N. Was this an example? Okay, it was okay, that was a Boyle was just posting a response to another poster. That's my bad. Alright, so we'll go here with Cripple Noodles. Posted an Illinav. Said, my Illinav just exists to stay on, I'm not really sure what that means, on medication cleanser. Since my carriers usually consist of Arabi or MLU Fine, and I try to keep them alive. So you're saying, okay, so we're saying that she is a cleanser. So you're basically saying this is a cleanser version of Illinav that you play to keep your carries off of debuffs and give them bonus defense. Okay. Alright, good speed. Defense is a bit high compared to HP. I would rather have this be like 1600 defense and get more HP. My thoughts are that it is okay at a glance. Where can we improve? Definitely the sword, right? So this is like not the best, the flat health here, right? It's pretty, like, flat health is like terrible on Illinav. Like it's terrible and it's still good. Like it's only good on HP percentage main pieces and it's like awful everywhere else because of how high her base HP is. So the sword I definitely think you could improve upon. The same thing here with the helmet, right? Illinav is like the worst character in the game to have on flat health and flat defense on the left side. Like it's really bad to have those stats there. The body's actually pretty good though. I would keep the body. I think I would change the sword and I would change the helmet. I would probably change the necklace because it's just very low roll, right? It's like low roll, right? You have basically 2 min rolls on defense effect resistance, and then you have 3. Ooh, that rolled actually pretty terribly. It's like 3 min rolls in speed. This is like 5 min rolls. This is like actually min roll necklace. Yeah, I would definitely change the necklace. Like it's actually like, if you re-rolled that, like you used an item to reset that item, it almost assuredly would roll higher than that. Like, it's almost impossible for it to roll worse than that. I'd also probably change your ring. I think ER is a good choice for what you're trying to do. But I think you lean too far into defense, and I really think you would rather have health, because then your chip damage does more, and because your HP is higher, you're on Holy Sacrifice, you'll get a bigger barrier on Revive, so that's also another thing to consider. And I think the boots are okay, although I don't think that Effectiveness does anything for you, so if you want to swap that to any other substat of your choice, you could do that. Right? But yeah, those are my thoughts on this build. I don't think that the Cleanser Illinav is that bad, actually. You have an idea of what you're doing with it, how you're drafting with it. You're expressing that you're like, I only draft it in these scenarios, so that's fine for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're gonna play ER Illinav, well, not necessarily ER Illinav, but if you want to play Illinav and actually do real damage without having crit chance, crit damage, like she's gotta have like 35k HP. Yeah, it's gotta be like 35k HP. Spider Gwyn's over here posted Newman Luna, said, how do I get better here? Okay, so we have good speed, right? So looking at this, it's literally just It's the question of how do I get faster, right? So, helmet is only 16. Obviously, you'd like that to be like 19, 20. Same thing with ring here. You'd like that to be like 19, 20. Like, if you're going to chase the fast Luna, the 300 speed Luna, then you just have to accept that you're chasing speed. Like, the only stat that matters is speed. Your boots are good for exactly what you're trying to do on the character, by the way. Like, obviously the crit damage doesn't do anything for you, but like, it's just a bunch of HP. I think you might have a bit more success trying to go for a health percentage necklace with more speed. Or like, you know, comparable speed, right? Even if you go like 288 with the HP percentage necklace, I think that's probably better. And then the boots, instead of necessarily chasing health percentage here, chase effectiveness. Right? Effectiveness, I think, is very important on a debuffer on their boots. I like 30+% effectiveness on my debuffer boots, because that's like the best spot for you to stick it, because debuffers are chasing speed on 5 slots, right? So the last slot, boots, it can't have speed. So the next most important stat for you is usually going to be F. So just slam all your F on that piece if you can. Yeah, no. I actually, this helmet is actually like really good for like certain soul weavers. Like, I don't actually know if I'd put this on Luna long term.
B6L6Z6 Bub just subscribed.
Hey, it's Beelzebub, right? Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, homie. Thank you so much. Speaking of Gunther, how do you boil him for World Boss? Or how do you build him, I assume? I've heard about it, but I don't remember where. Basically, you build him a bunch of effectiveness and ER, I think. Gives him a ton of CP, if I recall correctly. Somebody who is in like a top-end guild that really pushes World Boss would know better. It's basically just a bunch of effectiveness, if I recall correctly. Like, it's just an insane amount of it, because the way the game calculates it for him is ridiculous. Alright, so let's keep moving on here. Hatsune posted a Savior Auden. Alright. This looks pretty good at a glance. Yeah, this looks pretty good at a glance. Yeah, dude. Holy shit, that helmet. You guys see that helmet? That's a perfect gear score helmet. That's a perfect gear score helmet. I've only ever seen this. I've seen one, which was Valky's. This is the second one I've ever seen. I don't know who let me check this again. Hatsune, if you're here, if you don't know, this helmet is actually like legitimately insane. This is like there are legend players that don't have helmets that are this good. There are Hall of Fame players that don't have helmets this good. That's a Lionheart Sarmia helmet? Honestly, yeah. That helmet is actually broken. That might be the best destruction helmet I've ever seen in my life. Too bad Auden's fake unit, damn. Okay, so let's look at some stuff. So, we could pick up some damage if you want to swap that flat health for crit damage. That's possible. Your weakest piece is clearly your boots. If you had, like, Gear Score Kingdom boots, you just kind of be, like, insane cracked Auden. Like, this is already cracked Auden, but, like, that's pretty much the weak spot. The weakest stats for you are flat health right now, or I should say health percentage, right? I would change your F here on your boots to health percentage, and then I would consider changing flat health on the body to crit damage. And I think from there, you're kind of just, you're living. Like, this is a ridiculous audit. Alright. So we have Julgong next, is with Judge Kisei. Try and get through as many of these as I can, because I'm going to probably wrap in like 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'll take a break, and if I'm not exhausted, I will respond to people via text. Judge Kisei, over 3k attack, over 250 crit damage. Critical hit chance is fine at 85 because of Fantasia. 270 is a good speed breakpoint. About 50 F is okay. I think this is a good Judge Kisei. I don't see too many spots to improve aside from like helmet, right? Because it's purple. Yeah, I don't really see too many spots you can improve. This is just chasing higher equipment score. Like obviously purple is the easiest thing to swap. And then you look at your lowest equipment score and then try to find comparable pieces and scale it up or get faster pieces. This is a good Judge Kisei, actually. I like this one a lot. Yeah. So we go to Zeth Flash, hand guy. Okay. Defense, good speed, effectiveness. No. Okay. So in the current metagame, Warhorn, Spear of Purification's good if you're not going to play Warhorn. But in the current metagame, Mediator wants to be on Speed Pen. Maybe 1400 defense, 25k HP, 240 speed, crit chance, some crit damage. You don't need effectiveness. It doesn't really do much on this character. Right? To give you an example, like I don't really have a great hand guy built right now. But to show you what I'm talking about. Let me pull it up for you. So you can kind of see here. So like here's Hero Library. 33% of hand guy players have switched to DPS hand guy. Right? Like 220, 230 speed. Like it has 210 as average, but like if you look at the better ones, they're all like around 230, right? So you like look around here, like they're all around like 230. And then they have you know, Despoke, right? Like that, like 1300, 24, 25k spread. Some crit damage, crit chance, right? That's what we're looking to try to do now. And then obviously Warhorn is like they'll play on the character. But that's kind of how you want to go with hand guy now. So, like, F is not really, like, super good. If you're wondering why I go damage, just because hand guy's kind of been, not power crept. Maybe power crept is, for simplicity's sake, we say power crept. But the matches that he's good in, he'll get run down really fast. Like, he can't play the long game like he used to be able to. The game just doesn't facilitate that for the kinds of games that he's the best choice for. So, for that reason, he has ridiculous multipliers, so we try to lean into that so we can get maximum impact out of each of his turns. So we get a cleanse on turn 1, we get a full strip with big damage on turn 2, right? Each of our S1s hits for chunky damage while giving us speed for the team. That's kind of the logic. Alright, so we'll go to Big Mark next. So we have a Celine. Good damage. Speed is about the low end of where you want to be. Health is alright. Ooh, wow, your championship ring rolled insane. Insane championship ring. Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, I think this is a good Celine. You have a swap here on Sword for health percentage. You could change this to 8% health. Change it from 6 to 8. It's just straight upgrade. No reason not to. Yeah, I think this is good Celine. I think I'll just go next. We go next one. Just to try and, again, squeeze as many as I can in the last couple of minutes. So we go to Nina here. With Lionheart Sarmia. Good defense. HP is the minimum. Speed is about the minimum. Crit chance, crit damage. Okay, this looks good. Golden Rose. Okay, yeah. Alright. I think this is good. I think this is like the floor of what I'd want to play. And now that you have this, I think that what you have to do is you have to try to figure out what your worst pieces are and start to upgrade them. Right? So for like example, you have attack percentage here on the necklace and it's like kind of min roll. You would like to replace that long term, right? Sword here has like a dead stat here in the attack percentage. Like we could swap that maybe to 5% crit chance, right? And then alleviate crit chance on one of these other pieces, right? And then we have purples here. This purple helmet, actually pretty good. You could keep that, but if you get an upgrade at some point, that's fine. Boots are probably the weakest, lowest rolled piece, right? So having something a bit higher than that would be good. You could do this if you wanted to as a temp, like stopgap. you can change this here, this flat health, that's worth about 3% for Lionheart. You could switch that to 8% as a swap. That'll work. But yeah, I think this is like, you know, good job on the Lionheart. It's just that we need to try to bring things up now, right? Like, we have a functioning Lionheart that we could realistically play at the champion level. And if we're trying to like elevate it, we need to pretty much just, like I said, focus on getting higher stats. Quick question. 3,800 attack and 350 crit damage, or 4-2 CAG and 300 crit damage? Quick math, that's like 12.6 versus I think the first one does slightly more damage. Pretty sure it does, yeah, just slightly more damage, the first one. Okay. Rem, I already looked at one of yours earlier. Anyo. So look at Anyuo's and then Zahad. And Flammable. So I'll do these last three. Anyo, Zahad, Flammable, and then we'll call it for now. And I'll get to everybody else later, alright? What's the equation so you learn it? Just quick math, just eyeballing it. Multiply your attack by the decimal of your crit damage. So for example, 321 crit damage is 3.21. So if you have 5,000 attack with 321 crit damage, it's 5,000 times 3.21. Does that make sense? So for example, if I wanted to look at Solitaria's damage here, it's 229 attack times 1.5. Assuming that it all crits. There is no channel. Just post it in the Discord. Like, it's not an in-game channel. Fix It streams in my Discord. My Discord link is pinned to the YouTube. Okay. So, Solitaria here. Homie, why is this so slow? I know, Spleen. I said I wanted to stop about 11:30. Because I said, my brain just starts to shut down after I do it for a while, because it's like you're usually racking your brain with numbers for a while. That's just, I usually want to get like water, stretch, things like that, yeah. So let me just get through these last three. So Anyo, you have a ton of attack and like no speed. I mean, I'm obviously going to be able to talk to you. Yeah, that's exactly what happens to me, Trevine. My brain just turns off. So Anyo, I'll talk to you about this in the Discord at some point, but like, it's just too slow. Like, I don't think Solitaria is even playable, like, at sub, like 240 is the absolute slowest I could ever fathom this character being used, right? Like, you have a ton of reforges, but like a lot of this stuff I'm just like not so sure on. Like, there's like, dude, this is like 19% attack, right? This is like 22% attack, right? And we're on like Abyssal, so you can't sit here and tell me like, oh, but it's a damage solid. No, it's not a damage solid, homie. I know you too well at this point. Alright. Okay, so Zahad posted this Navy Captain Landy. He said, just swap to this base speed build from speed immunity. That's a good Landy. Yeah, that's a good Landy. Wow, that's a crazy ring. That ring is super good. Despite it being 91, that's a crazy good ring. What the hell? Honestly, yeah, no, you can leave the flat defense alone. If you wanted, you could swap it for other stuff, but I think I leave that alone. I actually think your helmet, you swap for defense percentage over a flat defense, because that's one roll, so this is 14% defense, really. Which is going to help elevate your defense even higher. It'll be worth more than 80. Right? Let me double check that. I will double check that to make sure. I'm pretty confident that's worth more. Character has what? Like 6 something, right? 662. 662 times 0.44, 92. So yeah, you gain about 13. Gain about 13 defense. I mean, that's only if you want to take it. Because you don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah, you could also mod this defense percentage for another percentage defense. Like, these are all just percentage points if you want to min-max it. But overall, I think this is a really, really strong landy. This one might be better than mine, honestly. Alright, and then the last one we're going to do here is Flammable. And then Dan, I will pick up with Dan for Dragon King Sharoon when I get around to it. I'll probably respond to a couple more tonight, and I'll get through the rest over the course of the weekend. Too slow, though? No, I don't... I think base speed is fine on Landy. Zahad, yeah, you can gem it. It's only for... the thing is, you have to get the max roll, right? If you don't get the max roll on the on the defense percentage versus the 80 flat you have, it's actually a defense loss. It's only a defense gain at 13 or 14% or higher. Right? No, I'm not going to be back on Twitch tonight. I will be on Twitch probably on Sunday, maybe. Either Saturday or Sunday, but it'll be for Final Fantasy 16. Because I've been trying to finish that game for variety. Right? But, again, if you're in my Discord now, like, I pop into my Discord a lot. I talk to people all the time in there. So, if you're in there and you want me to, like, sit with you and talk specifically about your build, we could do that when I'm on. Just let me know. So... let's get through this Araminta. Sputnik, I'm going to be relying on you a bit, but 200F, this seems very good. Speed of 270 seems decent, but correct me if I'm wrong, usually this character's played at like 285, 290 at top level. So I don't know what level you play at. And I'm pretty sure attack is just 3,000 plus, right? Bulk seems good. Like overall, this seems good to me, but I'm not an Araminta player. So I would want to hear from another Araminta player. You're at high champ or low emperor? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Sputnik, if you're here, you would be you would actually be the best person to speak to this because you play Araminta a lot and this person's at the same skill level as you. So is this actually your exact build? I thought that like you usually play this character like 280 plus. 280, like 285 is usually what I've seen. Kevin asks, for someone who's getting into RTA, how do you choose what characters to build your account around? That is something that is very hard to answer in a short amount of time. To give you the general gist of it, I would recommend watching a lot of high-level matches and asking yourself, don't be a passive viewer. Instead of just like watching the game, right? Start asking yourself, like, if this was my account, what would I pick in this situation? And then make a mental note, right? And if the person you're watching picks a different character, make a note of that also. And if it loses, then maybe you might be like, okay, that wasn't a right pick for them. Maybe my pick might have been better, right? Or if it wins, try to ask yourself, why did it win? Or like, why did the strategy they employ work? And then can you emulate that strategy? And then once you have like a general idea of what you want to emulate, what kind of, like the stuff you see, you want to try to practice it and see why it works. Does it work for you? Do you have the characters? Do you have the gear to make it? And then just jump into games and start experimenting and be like, you know, maybe this character doesn't feel good to me, or I keep losing with this character. Maybe it's just not my thing. Or, oh, I really like this character. Like, maybe I want to build my account around this character. And then you start to kind of pick your favorites and figure out what wins for you, right? That's kind of how I approach it. It's just like, it's a process. It's a whole process. It's just, I study, I take it into battle. When I win or I lose, when I'm done for the day, I sit there and I reflect on what was good, what was bad, what can I change? Okay, I'm going to make these adjustments, and then I'm going to go back into battle, and if that doesn't work out, then maybe I go back to the drawing board and start studying again. Yeah, that's the other thing, Beelzebub. Don't trash high-rolling gear just because the unit you're building can't use it. That is an absolutely other thing. Save all of your high equipment score stuff. Like, anything over, like, 90 or 95 equipment score when you first start out, just save all of it. Even if it looks like junk, you never know. You might realize, like, oh, I have insane gear to play X, Y, and Z. And then that's maybe how you figure out how to build around. Yeah. But yeah, Sputnik, if you could just send me... do you have a screenshot? I've seen high imp / legend Araminthas that have about with oh 2500 attack. Okay, yeah. So he's suggesting you play less attack on Aramintha in exchange for more speed, right? Your build is where? Little at the end. Oh, here we go. Okay, okay. So Sputnik here posted this Araminta. So this looks like this. Okay, so yeah, so it's very similar. Siroran, that's bold. I don't know if I like Siroran. I've been burned more often than not in Siroran. I would play Abyssal. That's just me. Yeah, no, but Flammable, this looks pretty good. Like I said, if it's matching Sputnik, then, you know, it's pretty good. I think then all we need to do is just figure out, do we want to go faster? Because the very obvious place we could speed up is the ring. We can absolutely try to jump to like 18 speed here and pick up some more speed. That is in basically your call, right? I can't make that call for you. Yeah, that's the struggle, dude. Like, that's why Epic 7's a marathon game, not a sprint. Eventually you get there. Eventually you roll the piece you need. Yeah. No, I got you. It's not a matter of we're not trying to convert effectiveness to speed. We're trying to convert attack to speed. Right? That's pretty much what we're trying to do. This is Araminta the fourth we picked the yeah. Yes, Spleen, 100%, you nailed it. That is exactly where you play Araminta. Alright. Alright, I think we're coming up on, like I said, almost 4 hours now. I'm gonna go take a stretch and whatnot. You know, I would try to go through it a little bit more, but like I'm still like a little exhausted from last night's like 4 a.m. voice acting session. Yeah, this build works, yeah. I'm just saying that the tippy top ones, the ones I see at the top of Emperor and Legend, they're about like 15 speed faster. That's actually really smart, playing Araminta versus BBK. I actually like that a lot. I might steal that. Araminta is definitely a character I want to build. Especially because I have enough copies of her in my box where I could realistically just like triple S her. Yeah. I used to run a 288 Silverblade Araminta as an opener. The logic is I like Big Rock. Oh. Okay. Alright, guys. Yeah, can I ping you something for later tomorrow? Yeah, that's fine, Sasala. That's fine. Alright, guys. I think this is where I'm gonna jump off for Fix It Friday. Like I said, if I'm, like, not too exhausted, I might jump on Discord in a little bit after I've, like, stretched, you know, kind of, like, you know, unwinded for a bit. But if not, I'll be back I'll be on my Discord pretty much all weekend. And like I said, even when I'm streaming Final Fantasy this weekend, feel free to come through, ask me any questions. I'm always willing to answer them. Thank you, Flammable, for the follow, by the way. Alright, ladies and gents. I'm going to sign out here on YouTube. For those of you guys who are on Twitch, I'm going to send you guys over to somebody in just a second. Thank you, as always, for watching. Thanks for all the likes, the support. Love you guys a ton. Catch you guys in the next one.